still. Thank you.
WIFTVPM.
Riis Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Remy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You gotta
attack.
get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
With the longtime 34th Ward turning into the 21st Ward, there's only one clear choice for your next alderman of the 21st Ward, Cornel Dantzler. If you live in the 34th Ward, which is now the 21st Ward, vote for Cornel Dantzler in the upcoming election to represent your ward as alderman.
We will work together as a family and as a team so that we can make the 21st Ward one of the best wards in the city of Chicago. Thank you.
Punch 51 for Cornel Dantzler.
Why not Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago? The criminals won't like Willie Wilson in the mayor's office. Fighting crime is Willie Wilson's first priority. Willie Wilson is ready to take on the criminals. Finally, Chicago, do it right. Willie Wilson for mayor.
Check, 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 check. 'cause I don't want my boat to be right. Rock my boat. Oh, please, don't you rock my boat. Oh, no, no, 'cause I don't want my boat to be right. I'm telling you just I like it like this. So keep this just like this. And you should know by now. I like it. I like it like I like it. I like it like I like it. I like it like I like it like this. Yeah. Satisfy my soul. Oh yeah. Satisfy my soul. Every little action satisfy my soul. It's a reaction satisfy my soul. Oh, can't you see what you've done for me? Oh yeah, I'm happy inside all of the time. When we're bending new corners, I feel like a sweet sex winner. When I meet you around the corner, you make me feel like a sweet steak winner. Watch out. Can't you see? You must believe me. Oh, darling, darling, I'm calling. Can't you see? Why won't you believe me? Oh, darling, darling, I'm calling. When I meet you around the corner, oh, I said, baby, never let me be alone. 'Cause when you hold me tight, you make me feel alright. Yes, when you hold me tight, you make me feel alright. Can't you see? You must believe me. Oh, darling, darling, I'm calling. Can't you see? Why won't you believe me? Oh, darling, darling, I'm calling. Satisfy my soul. Satisfy my soul. Satisfy my soul. Satisfy my soul. That's all I want you to do. That's all I beg from you. Satisfy my soul.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Upon not to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I'd be frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so easy, say, easy to love. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so easy, say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time, I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me, know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you, because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. Said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something, like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby.
WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, in here on Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. Man, 2 months down. It's getting real to me. It's getting real. Oh.
This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Look, y'all, it's Thursday. We only got one more day for the week. Well, actually two, because we got to be here on Saturday for the 10 a.m. debate for the 21st Ward. But right now, today, it's going to be another action-packed day. We are here. We got the 20th Ward last chance debate going on today. So it's gonna be on and popping. Then we got 21st Ward candidate Cornell Dantzler stopping by. He's not gonna be able to be here for the 21st Ward debate, so we're gonna give him an opportunity to run into you all today. But I'm telling you, it is the Mace Jackson Show. Thursday night. You know what? I did have a long night last night. I just thought about it. I'll talk about it in a minute. But let me do this before we get started. Let me say what's up to my man DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling on this Thursday? Man, I don't hear no music in the background. What happened? You don't get
definitely. It's definitely something underneath that. You know I'm blessed by the best. You already know the rest. You know what? I can always tell when you had a long day before. You shouldn't. I know one game you don't play, and that's for sure poker. Like you can't. Your poker face is never there. But no, I'm good, man. I am good. It's Thursday. It's my pre-long day to my longer day tomorrow.
Yeah,
good, man.
You got your chicken wing fixed, so at least you can turn the chicken wings. It's time to make the bacon. I don't know if they make bacon at the joint. Y'all make bacon?
No, we don't have any.
No breakfast.
No
breakfast.
We don't have any. We cook breakfast for ourselves in the morning sometimes, but we don't sell breakfast.
You know who soon y'all gonna have to start selling pork belly.
Oh,
you go to the restaurant now and they sell you bacon, but they sell it like.
That just made my stomach hurt. What is pork belly?
It's what a bacon is.
I gotta leave that. No, I gotta leave that alone.
That's a commodity, man. It's how you know you ain't watch Trading Places. Pork bellies is how they knew what was going on. Bacon, man. If you don't got no bacon in the grocery store, then you know what time it is. All right, man, this is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos on this Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. Riis, let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. I know we are still broadcasting live from Obsidian. That's right. We're broadcasting from TP. That's what I need to start saying. We're broadcasting from TP. Because Big Swill is out there doing his thing. We got Sister Erica sitting in the building as well. I think Desiree is on the other side. They're getting ready. I don't know how y'all get ready for it, because I hear some people, they're a little nervous about joining the fray today. So we're going to see which candidates show up, because, it's a lot of topics in the 20th Ward. They got that migrant shelter, so we're going to figure out what's going on with that. But it is the Mace Jackson Show broadcasting live. If you're interested in coming to kick it with us a little bit, 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. Enter in through TP and ask for Big Swill in here. Tell you where we're broadcasting live. It's the secret location. It's also the same place, but we're going to be celebrating Alderman David Moore's birthday tomorrow. His birthday was on Tuesday, but he having his birthday party tomorrow. So if you all are interested in supporting one of the blackest aldermen in the city council, I think he might have been the first person to ask what's in it for the black people on the city council floor. Now, I don't know if he got an answer, but he certainly asked it. So he'll be here tomorrow night. So if you all got a chance, come on by. Stop by the fundraiser. Come say what's up to Alderman Moore. It's going to be cracking, too. Alderman Moore already I got a DJ. This is my birthday party. When people be expecting they're going to have a birthday party, he don't want the fundraiser, where you stand around and he be like, nah, I need a DJ. So they got the video DJ coming back. If y'all was here for the last one, I think that video DJ was for Stephanie Coleman's birthday party. It was on and popping. So look, we got all of that cracking over here. Plus, today we got our candidate debates. It is the Mace Jackson Show. It's the final countdown. Y'all know about that? Y'all remember that song? I can't remember who sings that. I feel like it was like an Ozzy Osbourne or somebody, but it was like, it's the final countdown. I can't wait to see what they do tomorrow. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's coming down to the final stretch. Next Tuesday is the mayor's race. And if Tuesday is the mayor's race, man, Riis, this is the big weekend. So you know somebody going to be dropping something hot on somebody tomorrow. Tomorrow, somebody, you know, they going to be like, let it flow. You know, the mayor probably going to clown this weekend. She done been clowning. She don't vote. Now she telling people vote early, vote often. Ain't that illegal? The mayor got a flyer out that say vote early, vote often. You do realize that that's the old Chicago machine way where you, remember I was telling y'all about how they know how to go get the people who didn't vote. Boy, y'all think the mayor would cheat to win? If she could cheat, do you think she would to win?
What's cheating?
Well, see, there we go. If she could put some extra votes on the machine.
Like she can put them or she can get people to go out there and vote and actually, are they like fake votes? Like fake?
No, they're real names, just the different people. So the way it works, if you wanted to, so let me tell y'all the secret of how they used to do it. So what used to happen is they would wait till 6:55. And then they would look and see who didn't show up. And then, because if you had the judges, then you could go in and tell the judge, hey, my name is such and such, because you ain't got to show no ID, right? So you just keep coming in and saying, you look at everybody who didn't vote, and then you go in and vote for them, right? You go in and vote, you use their name and you vote, and you ain't got to show no ID. Now, if that was the old game, now you know, but these people, they be crying. They crying about, they ain't going to do that because they was crying about, somebody took my sign. I was like, somebody took your sign? Ain't this politics in Chicago? I must tell you.
Different ways, man. You got to play, fair, man.
Y'all crybaby asses. Yeah, let me take that back. Because you took my sign. I really thought it was a funny question. But I do think it's like, are y'all really talking about, let me tell you, I would have been like, you might want to wait till election night, because I'm telling you, I used to be like, anything hit the streets. Look, I have the neighborhood cleanup committee, and if your joint was not in somebody's yard, it was mine. I'm sorry. I don't know. I called it litter removal. It is a service I used to charge for. Like you would come, you would say, do you need ward beautification? Do you need to get all these signs cleared up? For only $1 a sign, I can clear them up and make sure that they get recycled. And by the way, if you need the wires, because you know the signs that the wires that the signs go on, that's like a super commodity. They run out of them every year. So if you want litter cleanup and recyclables, we could do it for $1.20. I can get you the wires back.
Did you at least drop the signs back off at they doorstep or something?
No, I made sure they got shredded. No, I mean, the whole premise is, fam, make you spend. That's why you don't get in sign wars. See, because the sign, and let me tell you why. You know who you know is a veteran sign war person? Somebody that got one color. It's one color and white. You start buying 2 colors, 3 colors, you ain't ready for a sign war, because them bad boys going to cost you, right? A one color sign costs you $1.20, right? So if it costs you $1, well, now they $1.85, $2. So every one color costs you $2.85. 3, but then it'd be the people that want the 4 color with their full picture, the whole thing. You can't even see their name. You can see their picture, but then when I go to vote, I don't know. But that sign costs you $4. So imagine if I take every one of them and you put 1,000 out. And one weekend you be, and then you know how people put like 100 signs in one thing? I'd be like, I count that. I'd be like, that's math. So somebody just spent $50 to do the same thing one sign could have done in this corner. But let me help you with this $50. Because I'm going to go ahead and, because as a good neighborhood citizen, right? And then I would employ the brothers. So I then made it a neighborhood job. Keep your ward clean.
I feel like you're taking away the people's option, man. If you know you're the best candidate, then you ain't got to do all that.
Hey, man, signs don't vote.
Sound like exactly. So the fact that signs don't vote, but people will go out there and remove the signs is a double like I'm confused. If signs don't vote, then why even pick up the signs?
Because I want you to keep spending money. I want you to. If you spending money on signs, then you can't buy no TV commercials. If you're spending money on, look, the whole game is to stretch your money and your time.
Oh, I
out.
get it, but in like a little bit, it sounds like they scared. Like if you know you're the best candidate, then why you gotta do all that?
Oh, because this is Chicago, man.
Yeah, I
we
get it.
guarantee our wins.
I
See,
get
look
it.
at these. Look, see,
That's
everybody got a participation trophy.
No.
Oh, they was sensitive about they sign.
Scared. They was
Hey
like,
man,
yeah,
and then them big
look.
50, and then you put, you know, the one big thing I'm gonna say about signs don't vote, and I really hate to have this lesson, but I still drive through the neighborhood and see signs for the prayers. I still see them. Like I go.
It's one that's still up on what is this?
That chump ain't-
76 and Hosted, right before you go underneath the viaduct. If you're on 76 and you going eastbound, it's literally you can't miss it.
Man, it's
right
still
down
something
the
across
gate.
the expressway when you going south, like south, like when you get past 100 and it's. But the point is that chump didn't have one sign, not one.
See?
It's okay though, but guess what? Let me stop. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you though, Reese, make you spend your money. That's it. Then that's why I make you go to court. That's why I challenge your petitions. The best candidate don't always win, fam. It's like, so you do everything you got to do. You leave no stone unturned and you leave no signs in the thoroughfares. And that's where the city that's where the funny part is, because then, like, when the rookie candidates do it, they know the city streets and sand guy just going to come pick it up. And you'll be, they took my signs. It's just not the way it works. But anyway, I thought that was a funny exchange yesterday. So shout out to everybody who came from the 6th Ward. Aldermanic open season, man. It is the final countdown for the mayors and the aldermanics. I think it's going to be some runoffs. It's going to be plenty of runoffs. So I want to see what's going to shake out with this whole thing. Plus, the biggest happenings. Did y'all see Chewy's new commercial yet? Hey, man, that Chewy is a slickster. Reese, if I said, we must stop the scourge of gang violence. I almost lost my son to the gangs. Wouldn't you think, like, maybe the gangs beat up your son or they shot him or something like that? He talk about he lost his son to the gangs because he was the gang.
That's what he meant, like the gang, like he lost his son to.
Nah, but when he's doing the commercial, he was like, "You know me, man. We ain't know your son was in the gang."
He said, "You know him. That's him and his son are two different people."
No. So hold on. This is what you're trying to tell me. You trying to tell me you ran a violence prevention organization, right? You paid. Now this is the same group that paid the Latino street organizers to attack black people. Like, the craziest part of this whole thing is, like, I'm listening to this commercial and I'm like, hey, yo, that's the people who was paying the people to attack us. We know, hey, man, we know you, all right. We know you. Hey, man, he's like, come on, man, you know me. I'm like, yeah, man. Reese, but I think he went too hard too soon. Like, because he thought the mayor, I think the mayor head faked him. Ain't your son in the gang? And he was like, we got to get on top of this. And then they ain't even say nothing. So now we all like, wait, what gang was he in?
My son being in it, he should have just spent it. You know what I'm saying?
He tried to.
He should have spent it. That's the reason why the whole time I was doing violent prevention, I really didn't see, that I really needed to be, looking at this in my home and being a parent of someone. It's like you got to spend it. Being as a parent of one, that's where why I really want to emphasize, this. So
somebody hire this man.
That's all he got to do. That's all he got to do is just
somebody
spend it.
Put this man on a suit.
And I got a first-hand experience.
I'm telling you, Joe, you should be on Good Morning America. Dog.
That's all you
got. When they win a mug, R. Kelly should have hollered at you, dog.
That's all you
he should have hollered at you, Joe. He should have hollered at you. I mean, dog, you be saying stuff, it be sounding so believable. I be like, he is lying, y'all. He lying. He's lying. You be like,
Then all you got to say is, and to be honest, America, I don't have anybody. If it's my son doing crime, I'll lock my son up. That's all they need to hear. Like, oh my God, you lock your own son up. Good to go. That's all you got.
I think it's just so ironic. He like, I almost lost my son to the gang. No, man, a lot of people lost their sons to your son gang. And we don't know you like that. Talk about some you know me. Man, we don't know you. That joint people be, come on, man. You know when people hit you with come on, man. Man, I seen you on TV before. I don't know you like that. Play with me. Brandon Johnson is on some shocking awe on their ass. Brandon Johnson got a commercial. Brandon Johnson and Willie Wilson might have the most commercials on TV. Oh, no. I forgot Paul Vallis. Paul Vallis got 3 commercials every hour. Not every hour, every commercial break. Willie Wilson got 3. Brandon got 2. Brandon be like, you know me. So I was just thinking, if I was running against Brandon, you know how he said Brandon is better? I'd be like, but I'm the best. See? But anyway, we're going to see how this thing shakes out, man. I think Brandon is surging. It's like, who is the runoff going to be again? Is it going to be between? Is it going to all right, we're going to talk about this a little bit later, too. Let's see. The mayor, no public schedule. Hey, y'all, let me tell you how hard the mayor is working to win. She was on the telephones yesterday. You know how people be phone banking? The mayor to see hey man, they called me up on the phone bank, talk about hi, this is Becky, and I'm calling on behalf of Mayor Lightfoot. Can she count on your support? I said, do you know who the hell you done called? Hell no, she can't count on my support. The girl was like, I feel like she was like, she might have been one of them high school students that the mayor sent them emails to. I felt bad. She was like, okay, well, thank you. Like, you called my house. And then what's the crazy part is, you know how your phone be ringing, and you be like, I don't know that number, I'm not going to answer, and they call you back to back to back to back to back. So you finally be like, this got to be somebody. Hold on, did you just call me back to back to back to back to back?
Only the mayor people will just make sure that you feeling safe. See that?
Not with you as the mayor.
Calling you, man. She had a difficult listen. You don't...
Why she don't call in? What would you do if the mayor walked in the back? What if she walked up in the back door like, listen, Maze.
My boy WP gonna call in and let y'all know.
Who is WP?
Willie Preston, my boy WP. I love it when he call. I love it, man.
I was like, Willie. Look, people like, Maze, are you supporting the man now? Nah, but I'm gonna let my people do what they do. And can I tell y'all? Some days I be thinking we be hypersensitive. Do y'all understand that just because I tell you what the mayor is doing, like, I don't think people be understanding. This is the one thing I don't think people understand. If I don't mess with you, even if I take your idea, you're not going to get, well, I'm going to tell you, it's kind of interesting. We're going to talk about this because I want to, at some point today, I want to talk about my professionalism over my petty. Because, yesterday I was going to be super petty, and I didn't do it, and people was like, man, you done got soft. But I was just trying to be professional. But now I know why people get cursed out at work. Because I felt like I needed to curse out. Anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit later, too. What else we got? CPS. $76 million they spending on cameras, yo. Like, I was looking at it, and I was looking at the $76 million, and you know what it looks like to me? You ever watched The Mayor of Kingstown? Okay, The Mayor of Kingstown is like a prison show, and it's about Kingstown, Michigan. But they show how the police got surveillance. The guards got surveillance, and when you looked at it, it looked like a control room in a prison. Like 76 schools, and they were like the schools that have the most surveillance, all of that are typically the schools that have the worst graduation rates. The kids are more likely to go to jail. It's like those cameras, as much as I want there to be cameras in schools and it makes sense, it did seem very institutional, like hey man, I can't even imagine that in a suburban school. Not like that. Not like, all right, we got the guys sitting in the rooms and they got I don't know how I feel about school cameras. I feel like we need cameras, but I don't know if I need like the prison looking cameras.
Safety, man. Safety.
That's what they usually. That's what they use to lock you up.
School shootings and all that, man.
Do the camera shoot back?
Drug activities. No, but we can probably catch the criminal. You never know, man. It could be something where they got the criminal inside and they don't know where the criminal at. So not now because they have these new surveillance cameras that they can be able to pinpoint the, so it could be better. You lost a phone, your teacher, you can be able to track it and see what student, took your keys and win your purse. It's safety. Everybody want to feel safe.
Okay. Well, I feel Big Brother is in full effect. I don't know if I feel that same way looking at the thing. Let me say this. I was up a little bit later. Yesterday the game started at 7:30. We were playing at DePaul, which was the old Gordon Tech high school where – you remember Tom Kleinschmidt?
No.
He was like the white boy, the cold white boy who was like Mr. Basketball in Illinois twice. Then I think he went on to DePaul. Now he's like he's a coach. He coaches at DePaul. Anyway, yesterday Holy Trinity had their final game of the season. It was terrible. Let me back up. Let me not say that because kids listening. It was a tough loss, Reese. We got mollywopped. We got mollywopped. But I must tell you that I was very proud of the Holy Trinity Tigers. Hey, man, this was a big leap for my son this year. And I think even though the season didn't end the way that we wanted to, I think for the decisions that he made and trusting him in the decisions, it all worked out. And I was very proud of them. I'm proud of all the boys who gutted it out this year. Congratulations to the Holy Trinity Tigers on a good season. I'm not going to call it great because when we tell people they great when they ain't great, then they be like, didn't you tell me I was great? But I must tell y'all, man, it was great to see the camaraderie, see the guys, and to know that my son was able to blend in on his senior year to live out part of his plan. So shout out to the Holy Trinity Tigers, all the seniors that are graduating. Well, now y'all only got a couple more things to worry about, but the next big one is the prom, Reese. Then it's graduation. And then my boy be walking around the house with his shirt off. I'd be like, it's only one man around here, Joe. It's only one man, young bull.
Sizing you up. Probably looking.
He be looking. I'd be thinking like, you ain't ready yet. Don't think about it. I had to put the heavy hand on him sometimes just to make sure, I hit him with the, how you doing, son? You all right? I got to test his chest out a little bit, make sure you all right. My son, he be looking like, hey, man, this is the new era. We don't do all these things.
Like one day when he come in and he eating that big piece of chicken, he's going to let you know right
now. Let me tell you, this dude, I think he starts with the big piece of chicken, Joe. You just got to buy three big pieces of chicken because the dude he eat like a tapeworm. The great part, though, is he eat the thighs. So it'd be like, we ain't got that issue. We eat the whole other side of the chicken. He eat the dark half, I eat the light half.
Nothing wrong with it.
Now, when it's the wings, though, that's when it's a problem. Because he be trying to go for first he used to like the drums, too. Now he want to be a flat man. Yes. All right. So, anyway, thank you to the Holy Trinity Tigers. Thank you for a wonderful season. Thank you for a lot of ups, a lot of downs, the development. And I just want to say, man, good job, guys. Good job. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hit the social media question of the day and welcome our listeners from WBGX. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
We can count on Paul Vallis. When Paul Vallis was CEO of Chicago Public Schools, he revitalized our neighborhood schools. No one delivered more for our underserved young people than Paul Vallis. As mayor, Paul Vallis will ensure that communities long neglected get a fair share of city investment, attracting the grocery stores we need, improving sanitation, and other city services in our neighborhoods. Vote Paul Vallis, a mayor for all of us. Paid for by Vallis for Mayor.
Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago. The violence in Chicago must stop. Willie Wilson pledges real action to do that. A revised police structure, 4 superintendents, more accessible to their neighborhoods, providing faster communication and concentration of resources. Willie Wilson pledges more integrated police patrols to increase community, confidence, and cooperation. Willie Wilson's pledge will make Chicago safer. Finally, Chicago, do it right. Willie Wilson for mayor.
Over 25 years ago, Patrick Brutus decided that serving the public was the best way to help his community. And since then, he has been a dependable and trustworthy friend to all. Now, by fighting for safe and walkable streets, new businesses, and retail corridors, Patrick Brutus has the right vision and the most experience to lead the 6th Ward. On Election Day, punch 53 for Patrick Brutus, because he's our choice for Alderman of the 6th Ward.
My name is Chris Levy, and I'm working hard to become your next 5th Ward Alderman. As a lifelong Chicagoan, I chose the historic 5th Ward as my home and a place to raise my family. This means I have a vested interest in our safety and prosperity. But we need a change, and I'm the best candidate for the job. I'm not a career politician, but a motivated citizen who cares and will do whatever it takes to restore our community to greatness. My name is Chris Levy, and I want to drive change. Please punch 60 and vote for me for 5th Ward Alderman. My name is Chris Levy, and I approve this message.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. Please. Please don't leave me now. Gethsemane, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. God's gonna turn around. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. God's gonna turn around. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. God's gonna turn around. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha, oh, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. God's gonna turn around. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:46 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. As it ever the sports, college ball in action as Illinois State took on Drake and they lost 83-51. Moorhead and the EIU would beat EIU 69-63. As we head over the traffic down on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the loop and back will be 24 minutes in both directions. On the Edens, from Deerfield to the Exchange will be 30 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 27. Eisenhower, 39 minutes. Thorndale to the loop, 27 minutes back out. while the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 50 minutes. Outbound will be 52. The Bishop Ford, 37 in both directions, while the Dan Ryan is 17 minutes to the loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive South, 55th to Jackson, the back will be 9 minutes and 8 minutes north. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 38 and mostly cloudy. Today will be a high of 43 with a low of 25. I'm Reese the Ruler. Happy Thursday here on The Maze Jackson Show.
You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another. Please, son, look and have mercy. Have mercy over our home, Lord. Have mercy. Have mercy.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos, and y'all know how we do every day at 6:30. Gotta say what's up to the listeners at WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, 1570 AM. The listeners at WBGX. Want to thank you all for tuning in every day, 6:30 to 8. You can catch us every day. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Yep. Gotta say what's up to Sister Zakia. And we missing Big John Austin. Big John said he got work to do today. Can't be hanging out every day. So he's probably somewhere listening on his TuneIn app. So while he's on his TuneIn app, make sure that you go to your app store, download the TuneIn app. You can either go to the Google Play or to the App Store. Download, tune in, put in 1570 AM WBGX 1570, and you can catch us every day, 6:30 to 8. Oh, and then you can do like Sister Zakia does, and at 8 o'clock, join all the sinners who've been with us from 6 to 9 every day, Monday through Friday, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. That's right, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Now, it's that time of the day every day when we try to make sure that we show the people love. Because you know on your birthday, you be trying to, you know how it is. You come in, you say, you don't really want to say it's your birthday, but you want people to know it's your birthday because you want them to give you a birthday shout out. So just in case nobody gives you a birthday shout out, let me let you know that I, Maze Jackson, want to make sure that you have a happy birthday. So to Tracy R. Waugh, the photographer extraordinaire, for Cherie Newman. What up, Cherie? What's that, the VSG girls? You know, that's one of Carrie's best friends in the world. Neil Kahari, Tyrone Marshall, One Sepphoris African King. Man, what One Sepphoris? What the One Sepphoris African King. Hey man, what your real name is? You know how black people be making up Reese, but you know Reese name Kimo Sabi, big ballin' is my hobby.
Can't change it.
What made you? I mean, like when you put that in, I'm gonna stop. We're gonna come back to that. Shout out to Christina Jackson, J. Nelson, K. Alexis, Tony Bostic, Tony, happy birthday. Eva Brown, y'all know Eva went from being one of my interns to now one of the most powerful black women in banking. Shout out to George Jackson and DJ Sean Hardison. Now, I want to say happy birthday to y'all. And in case nobody sings happy birthday to you, let me get you ready with my very, very special rendition. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy, 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 happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. And you, and you, and you, and you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And I mean it, really, really. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to all y'all out there, man. You know what I'm saying? If it was one thing, y'all lucky I can't sing. Because if I could sing, I wouldn't know none of y'all. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Man, Stevie couldn't do that song no justice. Around here messing with me. Y'all know. Happy birthday to all the birthday folks out there. What you out there grinning for? Ain't nothing. You grin, you in. Why y'all shaking y'all heads? I don't understand. Y'all, I feel like y'all are not laughing with me. I feel like y'all laughing at me for some kind of reason.
We with you.
I mean, don't you love when somebody sing happy birthday to you? Like, and they sing all the parts, right? Because you know the part where it be made a good, like it be what's it, happy birthday?
And then they
how old are you?
Yeah, man, I want to hear the made.
Then what made a good Lord bless you? And what about the hot shoe?
You know what? It's COVID. I'm good. That's probably why they cut that out.
All right.
It's probably one thing we can only see.
I knew something was up with
mask on.
I knew something was up when Dawn had Dana Dane on her show, and he had a cake candle waiver, so you don't blow on the cake no more. Like, he got a flap, you wave it. And people was like, it was during COVID. And it was like that's a flap, and you.
Smart.
I was like, see, this is the problem with the world. Next thing we're going to all have to wrap up in bubble wrap because we can't do nothing. Anyway, happy birthday to you. All y'all have a happy birthday. All right. Now, don't forget, 20th Ward candidate debate is coming up. Looks like so far we've only got one candidate confirmed, which means that candidate is going to be able to talk about all y'all. He can say what he got to say. But I think right about now, what time is it? It's 8:53. We can ask the questions. The phone line open? Let's open up the phone lines. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I told y'all it was the final countdown. And so as I was thinking about this being the final weekend, and y'all know what, did y'all see last week the mayor said it's the last weekend before the campaign? And so I think so did Brandon Johnson. And it was like, nah, it ain't the last, it's the weekend before the last. This is the last weekend. First of all, I want to know, have you early voted? Riis, I think black people early vote, or did you vote by mail? Or have you made your decision? And so I think that really where I want to start today is about, I really want to think about this final weekend as you're trying to make your decision. If you haven't made the decision. So what I want you to do is I want you to get ready. Let me write the phone number down. It's 872-259-7474. Riis, before you do that, get ready, get the button ready. Cause Riis, I'm ready for you to hit the button. Go ahead.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
What will be the deciding factors for the black vote? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. First of all, have you voted? If you have not voted, when will you vote? And what will be the deciding factor? What will be the deciding factor in who you vote for in the black community? So I was thinking about some of the things that people have done, some of the things that have gone on over the course of time, and I put together a list, but I want to know what will impact who you decide to vote for, right? So what will be the deciding factors? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. So I start with action. Action. And I think about the list of the black candidates, and I think about what was their big action. So I thought about the mayor, and the mayor's big action is Invest Southwest. Love it or hate it, she gonna say, what I did for black people was Invest Southwest. Okay? Then I think about the Reverend Dr. Willie Wilson. I think Dr. Wilson gonna say, I paid for your gas, your property tax, I paid for some groceries, I gave you masks all throughout the year, and then if that wasn't enough, I paid for your gas 3 times, and then after the mayor talked smack about me, she used your taxpayer dollars and did the same thing. I think Willie Wilson, and then I think of Cam Buckner. Right? Cam saying that he passed the 5 pillars down in Springfield as a member of the Black Caucus. Those are the big actions that I could see. If you was looking at action, who wins the action battle to the voters? Invest Southwest, the Willie Wilson gas mask, and everything else giveaways, or the 5 pillars. I gotta say on the actions. Well, go ahead, Riis. I'll let you say.
Probably take the mayor.
So you gonna take the mayor?
Out of them 3, yeah, probably take the mayor.
Cause you biased anyway.
I mean,
But I'm gonna say Willie, cause I feel like Willie's had the most impact. When it was masks, the mayor tried to do masks, but she gave you used underwear draws masks. Willie Wilson gave you KN95 masks. He gave every ward 10,000 plus all of the right. I think when you think about Invest Southwest, that is the big business people. So it's probably an elite group of people that got that, right? But if you talk about groceries and gas giveaways and the lines, and then the mayor one that came around and gave out a gas card. But I'm not trying to convince you, Riis. I'm just trying to see what you say. So Riis say the mayor Invest Southwest. I say Willie Wilson got the action down. Now, let's talk about TV. So we got to disqualify a lot of people because they ain't even got no TV spots. But the big TV spots, the mayor, where she called everybody a sellout and haters. Willie Wilson got about 6 commercials in rotation. I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. Vote for me. Why not Dr. Willie Wilson? Right? Matter of fact, speaking of that, let's do this right here. Let's hit. Turn me up in my headphones.
Elect Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago, increasing the police force, putting armed officers on the CTA, ensuring the police can lawfully chase criminals without prosecution. Take the handcuffs off the police and put them on the criminals. Elect Willie Wilson for mayor.
So we got Willie Wilson. He got about 300 commercials. You got Mayor Lightfoot. She started with, the right earring, dude. Then she went from that to I was born a slave. I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. Then she went from the civil rights era to, you hater. The black man walking down the street like the haters don't know. Down, down, down. Then, she did the other one. Then she did Brandon's she called Chewy a sellout. And Brandon,
she had one where somebody was a Republican too.
Oh, then she tried to hit Paul Vallis too. So all her TV spots talk about everybody but her.
She had that one where she cried and she showed her mom.
She had to cut that out. Mom was like, don't cry now.
She had it. I mean, that's her.
Don't cry now.
Emotional side. See, y'all always say that she being all boss. She's showing you her emotional side. And then
I didn't buy it.
And then I'm like, don't cry now. And she be like, well, then you know what? Forget all y'all.
Exactly. That's what right. She told the Black Caucus, don't ask me for shit.
Hey, man. Because when she poured her heart out to y'all, man, y'all just was like, yeah, whatever.
And then you got Brandon Johnson with the Brandon is Better commercials. I love Chicago. Brandon's better. I got to tell you, I think Brandon's winning the TV commercials. I think, now they going to bet the whole bank on it. But Brandon is winning the TV spots. He got the down there on the black people side. I don't think we've seen no other commercials from anybody else. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. What will be the determining factors? Then you got to think about the people. Oh, wait, back up. Who's got the most effective campaign thus far? I would tell you that the most effective campaign thus far has been Brandon Johnson. I think Brandon has the whole, he got a message. Every week he got a message, a press release, or something that's going out that keeps him in the top of the news.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? I mean, I think to come from 0-0 to where he is now, you think about it, in December, he didn't even have we was like, dog, there's no way. Now we talking about, damn, can he pull it out?
Yeah.
I gotta give, we give Ricky and Willie his campaign props because he got a lot of blitz and he got just a sheer mass army, right? But I think when you talk about the mix of earned media and on the ground and right, like I think he got 25,000 strong soldiers.
Who you think got the best message?
You said who? I think so. Okay, so I think Brandon is running probably the best campaign right now. Like all things considered, TV. I mean, but when you got 25,000 people dues, you better run a damn good campaign, right? But I think Brandon Johnson, honestly, out of all the campaigns, is running the best campaign. For the black candidates. And when I say that, I'm saying the professionalism, the TV spots, the quality. Like, I feel like at every level he's hitting. I don't agree with everything that he's saying, right? But like, fam, he done released the LGBT policy. He done even went and got Anjanette Young. Like, he ain't leaving no stones unturned. And like, so for all the stuff he doing on the north side, he always makes sure he double back to the black side. So I can't be like, you ain't in it for the black people. He'd be like, that's what I'm telling you, dog. The only reason he hit the Anjanette Young, fam, is for this audience.
I can see it probably was directed, but I can see it actually holding a lot. I'm telling you, if he tells her story with it, it's kind of powerful, man. If you can really, under this lady's administration, this is what had happened. I'm telling you guys, elect Brandon and stories like Anjanette Young will never happen, especially in our black community to our black women. We need to protect our black women, and day one, and I get in there, that's my agenda. I'm telling you, if he can spin that, he can spin that, but he has to tell her story. Like, he just can't have her up there like, that's Anjanette Young.
See, that's why I say it's super tailored. I feel like it's super tailored to be like, shut the hell up. Like, I really feel like I don't know that anybody else is talking about Anjanette Young, and I'm not trying to say that in an arrogant way. I'm saying it from the standpoint that, like, I think they know that resonates with some people, and when he is trying to when he comes back, it ain't for this round. It's for if he's in the runoff, being able to say, man, I checked all those boxes in my first go round. Right, so when he come, because that's when if it's a runoff, that's when the Anjanette Young situation is gonna really come up. All right, man. So I want to know who y'all think what's gonna be the determining factor, and then the debates. Who you think performed the best in the debates? I think y'all gonna be mad at me.
I think Jamal Green actually was one of the good ones.
I was gonna say that. I think Jamal Green may have performed the best in the debates. And I don't know if he performed the best in the debates or he has come so far in it that, you expect him to be, he still got his little petty moments. Like, you can still tell when he's a kid, a younger person. However, I do think he probably did the most to surprise people in the debates. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. That's the social media question of the day. Look, y'all, coming up next, it is the last chance debate for the 20th ward. That's right, the last chance debate for the 20th ward. There are 3 people running for office, and when we come back, we are going to be talking, because I think not everybody want to come be on the Riis. I feel like we have been, I must tell you, I think I've tried to be as fair as possible in all of these debates. And I think it speaks volumes when black people don't want to come talk to black people. But that stated, look, we're going to do what we got to do. We're going to make it do what it do. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. When we come back, it's the last chance candidate debate, 20th ward. Who's going to show? I see we got one candidate in the building. Dang, he got a suit on and everything. Look, I don't know. He look like he got a kind of preacher. He like a preacher, a politician. He got that. We might have to have him open with a word of prayer or something.
I'm surprised he ain't sent you remember last election, he had a song, man. I'm surprised he ain't go back in the booth.
Oh, dang, you need to, where is the song?
He ain't go back in the booth and do it.
He should have had him go back in the booth. Look, y'all, when we come back, we are going to be, when we come back, we're going to be talking to candidate for alderman in the candidate for alderman in the 20th Ward. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mays Jackson Show will be back after this break.
With the longtime 34th Ward turning into the 21st Ward, there's only one clear choice for your next alderman of the 21st Ward, Cornell Dantzler. If you live in the 34th Ward, which is now the 21st Ward, vote for Cornell Dantzler in the upcoming election to represent your ward as alderman.
We will work together as a family and as a team so that we can make the 21st Ward one of the best wards in the city of Chicago. Thank you.
Punch 51 for Cornell Dantzler.
Elect Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago. Crime is out of control. Parents are frightened for their children. Downtown and our neighborhoods are at risk. Even gas stations are targets. We will fight back to protect our community. Elect Willie Wilson for mayor.
The best you can. Whatever you do, do it the best you can. Whatever you do it the best you can. Whatever you do for the Lord, do it the best you can. Do it the best you can. Why don't somebody? Your best is needed in the world today. People are living, dying in the worst way. So I'm calling out the humble. Will the humble stand and pray? Whatever you do for the Lord, watch God, He'll make a way. He'll come right away. You can show it today. Whatever you do, you can do it the best you can. Whatever you do, oh, do it the best you can. Whatever you do, you do it. Whatever you do for the Lord, do it the best you can. Do it the best you can. Why don't somebody in your spare time read Philippians 4, verse 8 through 9. Paul gives us some suggestions that you can start when you get time. In my opinion, I want you to be the best you can be. We all know that it starts from your knees. So He'll give you what you need. We know prayer changes things. Whatever you do, do it the best you can. Whatever you do, oh, do it the best you can. Whatever you do it the best you can. Whatever you do for the Lord, do it the best you can. You can do it the best you can. Why don't somebody? Oh, do it the best you can. You have an opportunity. The best you can. God has blessed us all with. Whatever your job is, whatever your task in the service is, give God all you got. Oh, do it. When you do it, He'll bless you. While you're serving Him, He'll give you strength. Yeah, do it. We want to encourage everybody under the sounds of our voice.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't toast no more. I told y'all, yeah, this is a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Mays and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed, it's all wrong.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruling the ones and twos. And man, it is time for the last chance candidate debate in the 20th Ward. Now, let me tell y'all what. The 20th Ward is the epicenter right now of the great debate that's going on in the city of Chicago and in the country. We have a migrant crisis. We have people being shipped into our city who are not citizens but are asylum seekers. They're being deployed and dropped off into our neighborhoods. All this in the midst of a time when we have a battle for who will be the next alderman in the direction that the city of Chicago will take. It's under that, guys, that we have decided that it was important for us to have the 20th Ward candidate debate. Because nowhere else in the city is this topic more relevant, more germane, and it becomes the precursor to the way our city will operate, especially if we continue with this mayor. It brings into focus the concept of aldermanic prerogative, the migrant crisis, Democrats versus Democratic Socialists. It brings into play CTU, SEIU, the big power players in a ward that is going to run the gamut from Wealth, the Presidential Library, Center, promising to cause upheaval. You've got the extension of the the Green Line. You've got transit development oriented housing. You've got one of the biggest, most powerful churches in the city of Chicago. And here today to talk to us about it are the candidates from the 20th Ward. Now, there's 3 people running. You know what I talk about, right? What I talk about is we have been put in a place as we are rebuilding our ecosystem where black candidates are being told that they cannot discuss black issues. So we tried to do these last candidate debates because we wanted to make sure that there was a platform for black candidates to talk to black people about the issues that they are concerned about the most. So we extended. I got to give a big shout out to my governmental affairs director and producer. I got to give her some producer credits too. Miss Regina Gibson, who was able to reach out to everybody. And if you have been at these forums, if you have been watching these forums, you can look at the stage and you can see that we have so many people that have responded for this opportunity, even people that don't like us, because they understand how important it is to address issues that impact the black community. For some reason today, although I'm always happy to see him, right? Because he is the vice president of What's in It for the Black People First. But the only candidate from the 20th Ward who was willing to come talk to us today, and I'm starting to notice a pattern of who doesn't come, but I'll let that be. Here to talk to us today, you know him from the community, you know him from his activism, you know him from fighting violence, you know him from running for office, where he came this close to being our county commissioner. You've seen him on the news. He's on the front page of all of the major papers in the city. Matter of fact, he's gone national as he's taken this fight for black folks to the streets. So with no further ado, I would like to welcome to the Mays Jackson Show the only candidate from the 20th Ward who found you important enough to come address your issues. Family, welcome. Join me in welcoming candidate for the 20th Ward Alderman, Brother Andre Smith. Make some noise for Andre Smith in the building. All right, y'all. Andre, welcome to the Mays Jackson Show. How are you this morning, sir?
I'm doing well. Let me first thank What's in It for the Black People First with the Bermuda and the Lion's Den. Thank you all so much for giving me the moment and the opportunity to share my vision for the 20th Ward and host a candidate forum / debate for the 20th Ward. Thank you, Chairman Mays Jackson.
I'm honored to do this, and I'm honored to have you here, brother. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was looking for a more spirited debate. I was looking for the opportunity to bring all the candidates. You know, Andre, as much as I like you, one of the things that we've tried to do here is try to be fair and give every candidate the opportunity and a platform to speak directly to black people, right? Because we've seen all these candidate forums, we've seen all of these facilitated, moderated things, but what we don't necessarily get is the answers to the questions that black people want answered the most. And so, brother, it speaks volumes that you are here. It also speaks volumes that others are not here, which I guess leads to the whole imaginary friendships as compared to real friendships. But we'll talk about that at a different point. So you are, sir, on the hot seat today all alone. So instead of it being 7 people to deflect, you got to handle it all yourself. You sure you ready to be in the Lion's Den, man?
Well, you know, Mays, I did speak to the other candidates, and I believe they will be here.
Oh, okay. Oh, what's up? What time are they going to get here? I'm ready for them to get. There they are. You clowning today. No. Okay. That's how you doing today, sir. Hold on. They call me messy.
We just want to make it fair.
So do we need to get them some mics too? All right, y'all.
They're not going to say anything today.
They're not going to talk today. Somebody get them some. Oh Lord, y'all acting.
Mays, we had 3 forums. 2 of them was staged by Jennifer Murdoch people, but I still went to all of them. And I've been calling for a 20th Ward debate because people need to know the guts. They need to know the truth. And it seems funny that today we will have a debate in the 20th Ward. And one would say she's sick again, and she is sick. And the other one would say it's a conflict of interest at 7 in the morning to 8 in the morning. Okay.
So, with that in mind, you have well, goodness gracious. Yeah, I must say I've been taken aback, brother. I must say that I have been taken aback, but I am going to, at this point, hold on, let me see if I can get this together. We're going to begin this with Brother Andre Smith to the candidate. The first question will go to you, sir. Candidate Smith. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You've got 30 seconds to tell us about yourself and why you are running for alderman of the 20th Ward.
Well, I'm going to try to make it real quick. A lot of people don't understand, Maze, that in 1990, I had a recording studio, a 24-track digital, right down the street from Cotton Club. And we also, I was a road manager for 3 Chicago police officers that used to rap called Slick Boys. We were around the country teaching education on incarceration. We was on every TV show that there was, Oprah, Montel Williams, Jerry Springer, Jenny Jones, all of them. Also, in 2001, I went with a delegation of religious leaders over to Israel to negotiate peace agreements between Arafat and Salom. So I'm also a welder. I'm a businessman. I had 7 businesses. I gave 3 of them away. I had 4 of them in the 20th Ward. Also, I'm a finance manager and a homeowner. So, Maze, I am also a deep sea diver, meaning that I can fix anything underwater. So I had a real good life, but I never was happy. So I decided the only way to help my people was to create laws, because people have to follow laws. That's why I'm running for office.
All right. So that makes me go right to the first question, which is, tell us your position on dealing with crime in the 20th Ward as an alderman.
Well, a lot of people talk about crime, say public safety, but have no plan. I've been working, I created my organization called Chicago Against Violence, never took a dollar, never took a grant. And I always say that because I don't do hustling. A lot of anti-violence organization, they take a lot of money, but there's no way to manage or to see the progress. I have a program, because I've been working with the police for a long time. I have a program called Build a Trade, Not a Sentence. And what that does, Maze, it brings the tradesmen and the black contractors to unite with the police department, the 3rd District. When a person get arrested, if they follow within the program, the officers will offer them the program and say, hey, look, instead of going, to court, getting a sentence, why don't you sign up for this welding? Why don't you sign up for carpentry? And the tradesman would teach him that and also go to court with him, and the police would go to court with him. This time the police would go to court with him, supporting him instead of being against him. And we'll get them a trade, and they'll be working on a construction site.
Okay. Mr. Smith, candidates, anybody rebut? Any rebuttals from the...
I don't think they want to talk right now.
Oh, you are terrible. All right, look, I have a question from an icon in our community, Miss Cecilia Butler, and this is a question from Miss Butler. Washington Park is slowly becoming a community where not-for-profits want to set up shop without contributing to the community's tax base. One such NFP wants to set up a community center on prime land between 60th and King Drive and Calumet Avenue, across from the historic 345-acre Olmsted Park, which houses a field house and a staff that provides programs for our youth, adults, and the seasoned of our community. An outdoor pool with a slide, the largest playing field in the city, and a refectory for special events. How does a non-for-profit come into the community, claim the land, but has not held any public meetings with the community that will be impacted? As Alderman, how would your office address this potential land grab?
Well, Maze, one of the issues is with nonprofits, there's no accountability. And when I'm elected, I'm going to make sure that they are held responsible and there's accountability to measure the work that they say they're doing. The project that Ms. Butler is talking about is called Sunshine. It's in the 20th Ward, we have what we call a nonprofit community war. You know, you have Pastor Corey Brooks that has raised his own money to build a community center. You have one of my opponents, Miss Maddock here, that has convinced someone to give her $1 million to buy Walgreens to say that she's going to build a community center, but now she want to run for alderman. So I don't, you know, she can't be in charge of that project because it's a conflict of interest. So she's just going to walk away from the $1 million that the people gave her. Also, you have Sunshine that wanted to build a community center similar to the Pastor Brooks, Corey Brooks center. I'll tell you this, Mace. Anybody that knows me, I'm not afraid to be honest and be true because I have to live with myself. On my watch, there will only be one community center. That would probably be Pastor Corey Brooks.
Okay. Ms. Maddox, you were name checked in the... Would you care to respond?
She says she'll email.
All right. Brother Smith, you have been at the forefront of one of the hottest issues in the city of Chicago, which is the migrant fight, right? Now, let me not say the migrant fight, the migrant issue. Let's start here. Do you support the right of undocumented immigrants, migrants, people who are not U.S. citizens to have the right to vote in municipal elections?
No.
Any municipal elections?
No.
Mr. Smith, please tell us why you were out protesting migrants, because you're a pastor, right? You're a preacher. You're a minister as well, right, sir?
Yeah, I'm a preacher. I'm a minister, and most of the time I disagree with the ministers first.
So my question is, sir, what would Jesus do with the migrants that are coming to our communities, and how do you make that? Are you being inhumane by protesting them coming to the community, coming to Wadsworth Elementary School?
No, because when you talk about Jesus, there's a parable in the Bible when people were selling things in the temple, and Jesus went and flipped over the temple and started beating them out of the temple. And sometimes you have to do that, Mace. As I state to the media and anybody else, this is sanctuary city, sanctuary county, and sanctuary state. But that don't mean that it's legal. That don't mean that they have the right to violate the federal law. There's a law when you come into United States of America and a constitution that you must abide by. You know, so you can call things what you want. You can put titles and change language, but the law is the law. And it's the same thing as the marijuana law. They have dispensaries. This is a cannabis city, state, and county. But they can't put their money in the federal bank or the bank because it's regulated by the federal government. So they are breaking the federal law. And I'm in agreement with the federal law.
Okay. Mr. Smith, do you support the yes or no question? Do you support monetary reparations for American descendants of slavery?
Yes, and I lead the fight.
And Mr. Smith, how would you go about ensuring that black people, American descendants of slavery, get their fair share of city contracts? We often find that we hear words such as people of color, black and brown, etc., but it does not ever seem to equal up when it comes out to the distribution of resources. How would you as alderman fight to ensure that black folks, black people, American descendants of slavery, get their fair share of city contracts, and how would you deal with it in your ward with projects?
Well, Maze, one thing people do know about Andre Smith, I get the job done by putting my life on the line. I was in a room with FOP, and I could have got that endorsement if I would have disannounced reparations. They stated to me it was just me and them. I could have been like, yes, sir, forget the reparations. No, sir. So they asked me.
The Fraternal Order of Police asked the question about reparations?
Yes, sir.
What?
But they endorsed my opponent. Do you got something to say about that? Because did you disnounce reparations? Okay, she's not talking. But I was in the room. The door was shut. It was just a bunch of white people, and they said, last time you ran for Cook County Commissioner, I saw on your sign that you said reparations. And I told them, I said, yes, I'm 100% black, unapologetic. They said, we see that. They said, but reparations affects us. I said, well, I'm 1,000% for reparations. We'll never change that. I said, my people have been damaged, and they need to be restored. So I'm sure that my opponent probably, is not for reparations because she got the endorsement. But how I would deal with it in city council is, Mays, one thing I found out in being in backroom deals and watching people is that we have a lot of people that go in the room and sell us out and cut deals. But I found something out. If one person that they don't have anything on, because, they get something on you and they got you. They give you the money, the unions give you the money. Now you're a token, you're not independent. They ain't gave me the money and they ain't gonna give me the money. And I guarantee you, Mays, they don't have anything on me. So I'm independent and I am the voice for us. So when I go into the room, I ain't coming out the room until we get what we need to get.
Speaking of what we need to get, Andre, there are, first I want you to tell me the various communities in the 20th Ward. And then if you can give me one maybe specific thing that community could use, that would be great.
Well, we got Washington Park, Inglewood, New City, Back of the Yards, Woodlawn, and now we have a piece of Hyde Park in New City. So if I would look at that, and I would say that my vision for Woodlawn is, because we have the great opportunity, because we have the Obama Center. From 63rd and Stony, our ward started in Dorchester. Our alderman thought that it started in Stony. That was doing the old map. She wasn't a part of the new remap, remember? Okay, yeah. So our ward starts by Dorchester, not Stony Island, and I'll give you a map, later after this. So Mays, one of the hardest things for residents is taxes. Every time a person come up with what they think is an idea, it has to get funded. Taxes fund ideas or programs or projects, and the taxes come from the property owner and the homeowners. So I want to make 63rd Street from the Dan Rand to Dorchester a tourist attraction. So when people are coming in to see the Obama Center, they can shop, they can sleep, they can eat all up and down 63rd Street. So that is my vision, to make it a tourist attraction within the city.
Go ahead. You have any more? Did you want to do it? Because I have another question. This Washington Park group is pretty dominant in the room. In Washington Park, at least 60% of the vacant lots and land are either owned by the University of Chicago and the City of Chicago. Neither entity pays property taxes. The community is in dire need of single-family, environmentally sustainable housing and businesses that can contribute to the community's tax base. If elected, will your office work with the University of Chicago, City of Chicago, and community residents to develop a vibrant housing program for families in Washington Park who rent now and are looking to own and remain in Washington Park?
Well, Mays, unlike my other opponents, I've been in Washington Park and in the 20th Ward for probably 20-something years. Both of them been, hold on. Yeah, they've been there for like 4 years. And they're renters. And I own a home. When you buy a house, nothing against renters, but you make an investment and you pay taxes. So when taxes go up, it affects you, unlike a renter. So you can support, or you wouldn't support, someone that has an unfair property tax, like Burials or Friskagee. You remember when you endorsed both of them? Okay, so if you had a home, you would have never did that, Miss Taylor, because you know that it's unfair, the assessment in our community. Now, as far as we need more homeowners, not just in Washington Park, period. And the way you make people allow them to become homeowners, you have programs and incentives to show them, look, the $1,300 that you're paying, you can actually be paying $800 mortgage, and you can own that home. So I most definitely will work with those other entities along with more. But the University of Chicago, even the city, depending on who the mayor is, I will watch. I most definitely will watch the University of Chicago.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Andre. Excuse me. All right, so let me go back to another question. Andre, why do you think, and I guess I'll leave this to you, but why do you think your opponents didn't show up today? I feel like, I'm going to take a page out of Riis's book, which is there should be a great competition of ideas. Riis be like, if you take somebody's side, then you worry. But why do you feel as though your opponents did not show up today? I mean, although they did send great representatives.
Ms. Taylor say she is here, and Ms. Murdoch is tired. Well, Mays, but seriously, as I stated, Mays, I am sick and tired of surface talk. People not going deep, people not going to the root. So they vote for people that they don't even know. And the person that been doing the work and deserved the vote, usually they don't vote for because they ain't did no research. Both of my opponents have moved into this ward for an opportunity. The real truth to the matter is they only been living here for 4 years, Mace. Both of them rent because when they lose, they moving out, just like all the other candidates that did. They moved in, they moved out. People are looking for an opportunity. Ms. Murdoch has retired from the police officer. She's getting a pension, and she's trying to get another pension by being the alderman. But who's paid for that? The taxpayers. We got to pay for those pensions. But she's renting, so it don't bother her. And the truth to the matter is, she's living in a subsidized unit. So how do you have a house in Harvey? How do you have a pension from the Chicago Police Department? And how do you manage to live in a subsidized unit? So here's the other thing to that. I have been studying and watching Jennifer Murdoch, and she say her program is in Parkway Gardens, and it has not changed one thing in Parkway Gardens. The other thing to that is she have a nonprofit. She have 5 schools within the last 4 years that she do safety on. All of them are in the 20th ward. When the young girl, the 11-year-old girl, got kidnapped and assaulted, that was one of the schools that she do safety on. They wasn't there because they was out getting her petitions because she's their boss and she was running for office. I mean, it's so much, Maze, that's why I wanted to. And Maddox, I know you're here and you're not saying anything, but I wish you would really speak because this is important and this is what the people need to know. There's a thing for character assassination. There's also a thing that, you could be sued if you're not telling the truth. But if you're telling the truth, can be found out at any given time. And then for my other opponent on the left, Taylor, Stop put her in. Organization called Stop. She lived in Brownsville. She didn't live here. She was 6 months here, but you can't challenge a person because Ron Emanuel lived in Washington, D.C., so he has the first case law of residency. So it's a waste of time to challenge somebody's residency. So when she moved in, she wanted to give up. She wanted to give up. She was in my office every other week when she was running and I was running. And I kept telling her, because I'm a man of God and I'm a man of character and faith, I said, stay in. You never know what's going to happen. We both was in front of the teacher union. Teacher union said, Smith, we know you've done the work. We want to endorse you. We want to support you, but we can't. Because she's tied to two of our members, two organizations that support us, Stop and Coco. And so we have to give it to her. Her big tag is a hunger strike. Yeah, a hunger strike. That's her whole life. She tagged that she went on a hunger strike for a day or so at Dyer School. Are you kidding me? You know, so my thing is, Maze, she can't do anything without CTU, Coco, or Stop. She's not representing the 20th Ward. She's representing them.
Oh, but I'm going to stop right there. Alderman Taylor, would you care to respond?
She's still on a hunger strike.
Oh. Mr. Smith, you clearly have done your opposition research, but I have another question, because one of the things that as I was listening to the mayor and she was discussing what was going on in Wadsworth Elementary, she indicated that that the people in the Wadsworth area were not upset about the migrants. They were more upset about the lack of services that they received. And she said that with the 1.5 menu, this is when she was interviewing with the Black Press, she said that the $1.5 million in menu money was meant to take care of the projects around Wadsworth School. Mr. Smith, with $1.5 million and all the challenges in the 20th Ward, how would you prioritize where you spend your $1.5 million in menu money? And additionally, she indicated that there was an additional, I want to say $100,000 in micro grants that each alderman was given, that they could pass out micro grants. How would you see yourself spending that as well?
Well, Maze, one thing that I do, unlike my opponent that don't have a car and is the alderman, one thing I do is I drive my ward 4 times a week, the whole ward. And when you drive in the ward and you're transparent and you're listening to the residents, not only do you see what the issues is, you hear what the issues is. And you have a good experienced ward superintendent that also come in and tell you where that money need to be spent. You know, so that is one thing that I'm going to do. The other thing is, Maze, our ward is in dying need of collaboration and transparent. I'm the vice president for the residents in Washington Park, and I don't know what's going on from the alderman office when she's selling property or giving property away, or when she's, you know, whatever she's doing. I have no clue. And if I'm the vice president, you can imagine what the rest of the people and how they feel.
Mr. Smith, you have obviously been doing a yeoman's job in the 20th Ward. Actually, I think that your work is spoken around the city. It's not just in the 20th Ward, although it has been focused there. If you were to talk to people today and you were to tell them why they should vote for Andre Smith, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to make your case to the residents of the 20th Ward. In that, Mr. Smith, your 2 opponents did not come and take the opportunity to speak directly to the black people. I'd like for you to right now look directly into that camera and tell us in 2 minutes why you should be the next alderman of the 20th Ward.
Real quick, I think a lot of forums are important, debates are important, but I think this is the most important debate/forum. It's in the 20th Ward. We're talking directly to black people, not minorities, and we're asking you for your vote. We're asking for you for a chance to believe in us. But I'm the only one here. I'm the only one that showed up, and I'm the only one that shows up. whether it's in the 20th Ward, whether it's in West Side or wherever it may be, you know Andre Smith. You heard of Andre Smith. I would be there. I have been there. I don't talk about the things I do because I don't do it for me. All the things that I gave up and all the things, how successful I could be and has been, I walked away from it because our people are hurting and we need leadership. We need good leadership. We need people that we can trust. And Andre Smith is that person. So I plead with you to call your friends, to call your relatives that's in the 20th Ward and tell them to go out and vote for Andre Smith. Punch 53. That's me.
Excuse me. That's awesome. Andre, let me ask you this, because one of the things that I do, and I'm going to wrap this up, but I do think we have to ask here. You have a ward that is actually expanding, and your Latino population is increasing. Tell me, how do you as a black alderman intend to manage the relationship between the black community that was there and the growing Latino community in the space?
Well, Mace, one thing I learned is that I have Hispanic, Latino, Latinx, whatever the language that a person wants to call them. I have associates and friends. I have all kind of friends. But Mace, that don't mean I have to lose who I am, my identity. I'm a black man, and I represent me and my people first. And I'm unapologetic about that. So if a person disagrees with my theology or my thought or my way, then they never was my friend. But that don't mean I'm going to change who I am. And that's the issue that we have today. Chewy ain't changing who he is. You know, he letting you know he is for his people. And I am for my people. And I guarantee you, whether I'm in City Hall, the White House, or wherever I'm at, I'm never going to change who I am.
Hey, yo. That is candidate for the 20th Ward Alderman, Andre Smith. Y'all give him a big round of applause. Andre Smith in the building. You know, oftentimes they say half the battle is showing up. Look at Mr. Smith even brought his opponents along, right? Because if Andre Smith is elected, I don't think he's planning on leaving anybody out. So much so that he even brought his opponents with him when they didn't want to show up. Andre, I want to make sure that our listening audience knows, if you are listening on WBGX, because actually WBGX, we broadcast. Our antenna is in the 20th Ward. Where we are broadcasting from right now is in the 20th Ward. I am a business owner in the 20th Ward. Big Swill is a business owner in the 20th Ward. We want to be supported. We want to participate. We want to put into our community. And so I think it speaks volumes to our listening audience, right? Like, it would be one thing. We got people coming from all over the city for the opportunity to be right here in the ward where we have centralized most of our operations. And so I think it's important for everybody to pay attention who shows up. Who's willing to come talk to black people? Yeah, I think if you all paid attention this week, I've been fair as possibly as possible for everybody, like you or don't like you, because I believe that we all, and as much as I like Andre, I wanted to give your opponents the opportunity because I want the best for black people. Kind of stinks when the black people don't necessarily show up. So remember who showed up for you. Remember who wasn't scared to answer the question, what's in it for the black people. Remember who wasn't scared to sit at the table. Again, I would think that all of us as black folks would want to answer the question, what's in it for the black people. Y'all, thank you, Andre Smith, for taking the time out. Thank you for heeding the call. Thank you for heeding the call all the time, regardless of who's calling. When somebody is in need of aid or assist, shoot, I was going to say you better call Tyrone, but you better call Andre Smith. And in the 20th Ward, he won't turn away from you. Hey, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show. Now, when we come back, we're going to be talking to another candidate from another ward, but right now we want to make sure we give Andre Smith his props. Thank you for coming in today, brother. We appreciate you, and we look forward to talking to you after after Tuesday night. All right? It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
Over 25 years ago, Patrick Brutus decided that serving the public was the best way to help his community. And since then, he has been a dependable and trustworthy friend to all. Now, by fighting for safe and walkable streets, new businesses, and retail corridors, Patrick Brutus has the right vision and the most experience to lead the 6th Ward. On Election Day, punch 53 for Patrick Brutus, because he's our choice for alderman of the 6th Ward.
With the longtime 34th Ward turning into the 21st Ward, there's only one clear choice for your next alderman of the 21st Ward, Cornell Dantzler. If you live in the 34th Ward, which is now the 21st Ward, vote for Cornell Dantzler in the upcoming election to represent your ward as alderman.
We will work together as a family and as a team so that we can make the 21st Ward one of the best wards in the city of Chicago. Thank you.
Punch 51 for Cornell Dantzler.
The first day we met, a Thursday night at the club I'll never forget. Do you remember the words that I said? One night in my bed you'll never regret. And you, with your pretty brown eyes, I knew, baby, you would change my life. And you opened up my eyes to see I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Let's throw back to the day that we first met. Let's throw back, I never will forget. Let's throw back to when we fell in love. Let's throw back, babe, I wanna throw back, babe. Is it just me? Don't you miss those nights sexing on the beach? Playing Isley Brothers in between the sheets. And now we're taking flights from London to Belize. And we're popping bottles, endless shopping sprees. Still sexy as can be. I knew you're still the only one for me. Yeah, I'm feeling lucky as can be. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Yeah, to the day that we first met. Let's throw back. I really wanna know. Let's throw back. Let's go back. Let's throw back. Let's go. I wanna throw back. Oh, come on now. We were making love. Let's reminisce to the first time we. Let's reminisce of the whip. We were making love. Making love. Come on now. Let's throw back. Oh, all I wanna do is throw it back. That's all I wanna do. Come on now. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Let's throw back, everybody. Let's throw back. If you love somebody.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. And y'all know how we do. We are doing these candidate forums. The candidate forums are live. Let me back up. Did I say candidate forums? We said debates. Now, look, y'all. we have two more. Next tomorrow, we going out west. Well, we staying on the south side, but the people from the 24th Ward will be here to discuss these same issues. It's the last chance candidate debate. Did I see Beatrice Boyce out in the comments? I think I did. And then she got her henchman sitting behind me. Oh, Harold E.K. Williams. You know, Harold call you up and be like, hey, man, what you doing? He be leaving flies all over the place. I'll be like, it ain't even today. It's tomorrow. It's Friday. But anyway, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. And one of the things that I did say that I wanted to do was talk to some of the candidates who may not be able to participate in our candidate forum, our candidate debates. And one of the advertisers that you have been hearing on the morning show is candidate for 21st Ward Alderman Mr. Cornell Dantzler. And so today we decided we were going to give him a few minutes to really tell us a little bit about his campaign. Now, don't forget, we have the 21st Ward last chance debate Saturday at 10 a.m. So tune in, check us out. But in the meantime, Mr. Dantzler won't be able to be there, so we decided we was going to give him a chance to tell you a little bit about himself. And I want to be conscious about mentioning the fact that we support the people that support us. Mr. Dantzler is one of the candidates in the 21st Ward, but he is also someone that is advertised on the morning show significantly, which is why he got this opportunity. Mr. Dantzler, welcome to the Maze Jackson Show. How are you today?
Doing good. Thank you, Maze.
All right. Well, Mr. Dantzler, let me start here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and why are you running for alderman in the 21st Ward?
All right. Well, I've been living in the 21st Ward for 56 years now. Started off as a young guy, troubled teen. My dad died at an early age for me, which kind of made the wheels come off my wagon, ended up being a troubled teen. But I found out that mentoring was very important because a mentor saved my life. He came into my life and instructed me on the pathway that I was on was a dark path, and I needed to make a change. Ended up before a judge, and he also gave me opportunity and said, hey, he said, you might want to consider the military. So I joined the military, served in the United States Navy, grew me up, made me the man that I am today, and I'm glad I did that choice. When I got out the military, I started my own mentoring program called Steps Mentoring. Been doing it for 40 years now. Have helped a lot of kids. Some of the kids that came through my program are now grandparents. That's how long I've been doing it, because I knew the importance of dealing with kids that were either fatherless and the kids that had no hope or at risk for academic failure. From there, I joined the Chicago Fire Department, served 25 years saving life and property all across this great city, and I love this ward. Some of my buddies who retired, they moved down to Florida, moved down to California, but I have not left because I remember the great highs in the 21st Ward, and my job is to bring it back.
All right. So you said you're going to bring it back. Talk to me about how do you, Mr. Dantzler, plan to bring back the greatness of the 21st Ward?
Well, one of the things that we have to deal with, first, we have to deal with some cleanliness in the ward.
Okay.
Our ward is filthy. I've walked the streets, every street, or driven every alley, and I've seen car engines and washers and dryers and refrigerators and stoves, and we just need a great cleanup inside that ward. Also, as I've been walking and talking to the constituents, I find out that we don't function as the ward should. Every time that we want to have a sit-down breakfast or we want some of the other services within our own ward, we have to take our money out of the ward, and that hurts our ward tremendously. We have 600 and some vacant homes inside that ward. We have over 1,000 vacant lots. We have 200 and some vacant commercial properties that are just sitting there, and the owners are using it as a tax write-off, and they're not willing to open it. They're not willing to sell it. But I'm going to make sure that we hold everybody accountable because we can bring the goodness back to the 21st Ward.
So that's a big word. Everybody says I'm going to hold people accountable, but being familiar with development, I recognize that you really have to attract people to the area to want to invest. I would say that when you look at the 21st Ward and you look at the Walmart and you look at the Lowe's and you look at 87th Street, those areas have been fighting for a while. Tell me, how do you bring development to other parts of the ward where maybe people aren't, only certain people are attracted there?
Well, I think the first thing, like I said, the first thing we have to do is clean up our ward. And therefore, by doing that, then we can help to attract some of the businesses. We have all these businesses in the ward that are just sitting there. We need to make sure that we're holding them accountable to say, hey, either you should open up or you should put it up for sale. And if they do that, then we need to make sure that the opportunity is offered first to those that live within the ward. We have to make sure that we are dealing with the people that live in the ward that have been suffering a long time and have not had the businesses to come there. But also on those vacant lots, we want to make sure that we're working with some of the black contractors to help build up some of those lots so that we can open it up for the community.
So I'm interested in this investment thing, though. And again, as a small business owner, my question, though, is what are the incentives that you will put in place to attract people to areas that are not necessarily commercially appealing? It seems to me that a certain kind of person comes to the neighborhood and looks there. How do you expand it out of that pool? I know that Alderman Brookins had a very strong relationship with what is now the MENA community, the Middle Eastern North African community, who seem to have a lock on a lot of our businesses. When I think of the 21st Ward, I think of Harold's Chicken getting put out, and now we got the whatever the chicken sandwich is and being put out. Mm-hmm. How do you attract people with money to the 21st Ward that are not the people that are looking to take advantage of our lack of?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think one of the things we have to do too, all the businesses that are in our ward that are black owned, I think the first thing we have to do is we have to make them want to stay. We just lost our only black pharmacy in the 21st Ward. He closed his doors, and my understanding, it will be bought by someone else. We have businesses all throughout our community that are black-owned, but they need a facelift. So I'm very concerned about taking some of the TIF dollars and helping some of these businesses to also flourish and expand, because until you actually walk the ward, you really don't know how many businesses are there. But as I have been walking the ward and talking to some of the owners, I find out that we have a good percentage of black businesses there, and their biggest issue is public safety. Their biggest issue can be theft, but we're going to let them know that we're going to be working with all the city departments to bring about change and to make them feel comfortable and to recruit new businesses.
Talk to me about migrants. One of the biggest crises in the city of Chicago is the migrant crisis. Mm-hmm. It is my understanding that there is already a migrant shelter in the 21st Ward. Talk to me about how you will manage or deal with the migrant shelter that's already in the 21st Ward, and how would you respond to them bringing more migrants to your community?
Well, I think that, I happen to be a person for all the people. But my major concern is that I believe that charity begins at home and then spreads abroad. We have homeless kids within our ward. We have homeless adults within our ward. We have seniors that are at risk for losing their homes. And we need to make sure that all the services are available for them so that they can still benefit from the greatness of the 21st Ward. I went to some of the elementary schools when we went to take coats to the schools. And we went in one school and they had 85 homeless kids inside their school. Now, if a kid is homeless, eating is a problem. The parents are struggling. So as far as the other migrants coming in, I believe that they should be put on the waiting list. Let us fix the issues that we have now with the people that have been living there.
Do you support the right of undocumented immigrants, migrants, or people who are not citizens to vote in municipal elections?
No.
Do you support monetary reparations for American descendants of slavery?
Yes.
How will you ensure that black contractors, American descendants of slave black contractors, get their fair share of the city work that comes to your ward? We often see different people coming into the neighborhoods to work who don't live there. How would you go about making sure that in the 21st Ward that is not the case?
Well, the first thing that you have to do is be prepared to fight. And as I've been walking, even though I'm sitting here alone, there is actually an army behind me of people that we are like-minded. We're all pushing in the same direction. I have a black-owned company called GWO Trucking that is in support of the movement that we're going to do with all these vacant homes, vacant lots, and vacant businesses. From there, we're going to build on, and we're going to bring on other contractors that are also minority that want to help us. There's a lot of money to be made in the 21st Ward. With all these vacant properties, a total of 1,800 just sitting there. No TIF dollars coming in for that. So it's hard to advance when you're still in the same place, and then from year to year, we're going in reverse, but I'm going to put it in drive, and we're going to put the pedal to the metal.
Talk to me about the assets in the 21st Ward. You keep saying the great 21st Ward. Obviously, everybody is proud of their neighborhood or the community that they come from. Tell me what you would say are the most significant assets that the 21st Ward has.
Well, we have a mall that has a lot of stores in it, and that was used, TIF dollars was used to open that up and bring it about. We have the great Croc Center. I think that's a great another business that came to the ward. I'm also a part of the veterans up there because I'm a veteran, and I've been helping them also. And then we have a lot of the businesses that are looking to come. 115th and Halsted is getting ready to do a whole new thing that's going to be happening within the ward. We have the Red Line extension that's coming on. That's a $3.6 billion project that's going to bring a lot of money to that ward. And I'm going to be on the front line making sure that the jobs are evenly distributed. Because one thing I know for sure, Maze, whether it's the city of Chicago or whether it's the state of Illinois, there's enough silver and gold for all of us to enjoy. It's just that it's been a few that's trying to hold on to it, but I'm going to go in there and help break that up and make sure it's evenly distributed.
Talk to me about your city menu budget. Every alderman gets $1.5 million to spend on projects in their ward. How would you spend that money, and what would be the process that you use to ensure that it is spent equitably across your community?
Well, the 1.5, I had brought up a question and say, how is it after so many years we keep operating on that low amount of money? But I'll be fighting to see if maybe an increase can be brought to the table. But I think that some of our schools, some of our parks, some of our minority-owned businesses, they need a facelift. You can drive in the 21st Ward, and we have 12 parks there. And any given day, during the summertime, the parks are empty. They dead. Nothing going on. But then at night when I'm laying in my bed, I hear gunshots, and I hear people saying, oh, these kids are crazy. I say, what do you expect when you don't give them the activities that they deserve? Any given time you can drive across, I happen to butt up right with the 19th Ward. Soon as you drive across Vincennes and go into 19th Ward, it looks like you're in a whole nother city. But I'm friends with Matt O'Shea, and I've said, hey, look, I want to work together with you to see how we can bring some of the services that you have been benefiting off of in your ward, bringing it back to my ward. And then on the east side, we have Alderman Bill. I'm also a friend of his, and I believe that the aldermen have to all work together. When you got one street separating you from another ward, how come we aren't all working together? There's power in that, and I'm going to make sure we bring that, and I'm going to make sure that some of the streets and lightings, I've driven in our ward, and some of our streets look like third world streets. And I'm going to be repairing some of those. Unfortunately, $70,000 per street is very expensive. And for me to do every street in that ward, it would take 50 years before I could complete every one. But I'll be working with the elected officials, too, because it's their job to bring us back money. We should always hold them accountable and say, hey, how many millions can you bring us back from Springfield? From downtown. You should never come back to our ward asking for our vote, asking for our support, and you're not bringing the dollars with you. Because $1.5 million don't go far, and if you run it out too quick, you'll find yourself 6 or 8 months waiting before you get another menu. And I don't want to be in that position because, like I said, Maze, it's enough silver and gold for all of us. We just have to get in the front and fight to make sure we're getting our fair share.
Why? So why would you say, Mr. Dantzler, We don't get our fair share. You mentioned the 19th ward. I used to be the chief of staff in the 18th ward. It was the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Their streets got plowed faster. Right. Their neighborhoods looked a certain way. Yeah. I don't know that all that's city services, though. I mean, some of that city services because all the big bosses lived in the neighborhood, so they said, get my stuff done. But how do you bring, where has the disconnect happened and why is it? Do you think it's related to the specific elected official or do you think it is systemic? Why black wards? Because I don't think that what you're saying about the 21st ward really seems to be the same thing that's said about all of the black wards. Is it the individual or is it the system, and how would you change the system?
Well, first, I think one of the major issues is the system. You know, I was asked a question about a lot of the outgoing aldermen, and my response was that some of them need to go. Whenever you sit back and you allow for years and years of neglect and deterioration in your ward, it's time for you to go. But however, we have to hold everybody accountable. I'm a big guy on accountability because whenever you have an elected official that comes back to your ward and you have driven your ward and you look at your ward and you say, hey, is this all that you have to bring to the table? Then we have to put the blame on someone. And that someone begins at the top with the alderman of the ward, because every ward should be functioning on beauty and functionality. There should be beauty within the ward, which we do not have in the 21st ward, but I'm going to bring that because I'm going to bring all the city services and department heads to help me to make that happen. Then on top of it, once you have all of these dilapidated properties going on, you look at your elected officials, and some of them only show up when it's time for your vote. That's the only time you see them. Other than that, it's almost like they're hidden. So I'm going to be making sure that we work with all of them. They should come to our town hall meetings. We should be able to look at their resume and say, this is what you have brought last year. This is what you have brought the year before. This is what you have brought. You check some of those Mays and you'll find out some of them have brought little to nothing back to their own ward, but they say I'm your representative. No, I'll be working with the community and I'll be held accountable for the goodness that we deserve.
And then the final question I want to talk about is, well, not the final question, but the thing that I guess that I have a challenge with is the way that our wards look. What part of it is accountability? I don't know that the alderman puts an engine in the back of their lot. Right. I don't know that the alderman pulls up and gets off the damn ride and throws all their food out. I don't know that, and I don't know that your ward superintendent can keep up with that. Right. Where is the personal? Well, how will you manage the community's part of that as well? Because I do know it's easy to blame the alderman if the alley is full, but I also know that if you got a ward soup, right, the ward soup can only do so much. You're gonna be writing tickets. People that have come up with their ways. So talk to me about how will you engage the community? Because I don't know that the alderman's office is going to be able to keep your neighborhood clean. They can put the signs up. But how do you engage the community to take the pride in their neighborhood as well?
Well, one of the things we have to do is we have to bring hope to the community. We have to let them know that, hey, there's a new administration in town. The last 20 or 30 years of operation that you are used to, these long waits on trying to get a garbage can, these long waits on trying to get lights, these long waits on trying to get your alley clean. Me as your alderman, I will be driving the ward. I will be putting in the service request. It's my job to beat you to the punch. I shouldn't have to wait on you to call and say, hey, my light is out. I should be driving the ward at nighttime and saying this light is out and put in a service request to make sure it's done. My ward superintendent, and they have a system now called a grid system, which actually stinks. It's a system that doesn't allow for some of the equipment that you need in your ward to do the job. It is put in other areas sometimes. Even your own ward superintendent can be called out of your ward to go and help another ward. When you find out that the job that we have in our own ward, I need the superintendent to be there 24/7. It's going to be a job for him. He'll be driving the ward also. And you have to open up your town hall meetings. You should have a room that's packed every time you have your town hall meetings. And you should be able to tell the residents, look, now that hope is coming, I need your help. I need you to go behind your house. I need you to help to uplift this community. If Streets and Sand come down your alley and you're not pleased with how it look, give me a call. I have a personal cell phone number that all of the constituents have access to. I have an office. I've been doing ward night for several months now. You can come in twice a week and talk to me and sit down, and we can come up with solutions together because it's all about family. I remember the family operations of the 21st Ward. We've gotten away from that. We're going to hold the constituents accountable. We're going to make sure that the ward superintendent, the community liaison, and all of the people that's going to play a major part are all coming together to help this community, because when they see the new administration and the hope that's on the table, the volunteers are going to come from everywhere, and you'll see a new ward shortly thereafter.
It's very aspirational. That is very aspirational, and I'm gonna put the pin in it right there, and I'm gonna say to you, Mr. Dantzler, you got 2 minutes to tell us why you would be the best candidate for alderman of the 21st Ward. And I'm gonna tell you, you get more option in it. You got more opportunity than anybody else, uninterrupted. So here's your 2 minutes. Go.
I appreciate that. You know, like I said, I've been in that ward for 56 years, and I have been a true public servant. Whether it was hosting the mentoring program and helping a lot of the single moms and the kids that didn't have any hope and the kids that were falling through the crack, I've been there for them. I've been a part of the concerned seniors before I had one gray hair in my beard. That's how long I've been a part of them. Our seniors feel disrespected. I've been there for them. My phone number is available to them. I have been holding ward night. I'm doing the things that an alderman should be doing right now. They should always be able to be reached by the constituents. These are the people. Every alderman is as strong as his community that is bagging him. I want the community to love me. I want the community to hold me accountable. I want the community to tell me what the issues are and to share with me all the bright ideas that they have. We have a lot of smart people in the 21st Ward. It is $1 billion ward when you look at all the vacant properties, the lots, and the houses and the incomes. And we're going to all work together, and we're going to do great for our community because I love that community. That's why I never left, and I will be there to pick it up and lift it the way it has always been way back in the day, because we can go back there. We just have to make sure we're working together. And Mays, thank you for always being a part of giving us these opportunities, and I want to thank What's in It for the Black people, because every day, brother, you put out a lot of information that's much needed. I
appreciate that, brother. Look, y'all, that is Cornell Dantzler. He is running for alderman in the 21st Ward. Y'all give him a big round of applause. We appreciate you, Mr. Dantzler, coming in. Make sure you tune in on Saturday. We will hear from the rest of the candidates. Look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. When we come back, man, we're going to wrap this. Well, actually, I got a little time, so I got some things I'm going to talk about when we come back, but we're going to be back after these messages. It is the Mays Jackson Show. Mays and Riis in the building. We'll be back.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Mays Jackson.
Tune in to the Mays Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Mays Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Mays said. We out of here. Peace.
With the longtime 34th Ward turning into the 21st Ward, there's only one clear choice for your next alderman of the 21st Ward, Cornell Dantzler. If you live in the 34th Ward, which is now the 21st Ward, vote for Cornell Dantzler in the upcoming election to represent your ward as alderman.
We will work together as a family and as a team so that we can make the 21st Ward one of the best wards in the city of Chicago. Thank you.
Punch 51 for Cornell Dantzler.
Gonna make it alright. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sexy lady, can't wait to be with you tonight. I'm intoxicated by your energy. You drive me crazy. I'm feeling the vibe and it's alright. We're gonna dance and groove all night between the sheets. So come on, baby, yeah, yeah. Gonna make it alright. Gonna make it alright. Party all night, oh yeah. Party all night, oh yeah. Move your body tonight. Move your body tonight, baby. Oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, oh. Your body's amazing. Baby, you're perfect in every way. Let me kiss you, touch you, set your spirit free. Can you feel me? Going deeper, baby. Hiding inside your world is where I wanna be. Yeah. We can touch the sky. Then I realize that you're the one for me. Inside your love, our love is from above. Only you and me between the sheets, baby. Move your body tonight. We're gonna make it alright. Oh yeah. You're the one for me. Ooh, I'm deep inside your love. Our love is from above. Only you and me between the sheets. We're gonna make it alright. We're gonna party all night. Gonna love you all night long. Touch the sky. Oh, oh,
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case, he was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. toast. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mace Jackson Show. We are a little bit behind. It is 8:28, which almost means it's time to go to our last break. But I want to tell you all, thank you for tuning in today. Hey, we got a live studio audience in the building. So if y'all in the building, why don't y'all make some noise for me? Make some noise in the building if you're here. All right. Y'all see us. So we are live at Obsidian. We had the 20th Ward debate. Thank you to Last Chance debate. Thank you to Andre Smith, who came out and brought, even though his opponents didn't want to come, he stopped by, put him in the car, and brought him with him. That, I must tell you, this part of, I love the creativity, man. I love the creativity. That was actually really, really funny to me today. I'm sure somebody going to be hating a little bit later on. But everybody was invited, right? So we're clear. Everyone was invited. But everybody is not willing to answer the question, what's in it for the black people, as we see. So I love the people that love you. Love the people that love you. You know, that do what they supposed to do when ain't nobody looking. And then we had 300 people looking. And if they wasn't going to do it for 300, then you know what time it was anywhere else. But that's neither here nor there. Then we had Cornell Dantzler, who got, see, when you have members in the organization, you got membership, got privileges, right? So, the 21st Ward debate is on Saturday. And I think, Riis, it's so many of them damn candidates, we might have to sit on the stage and let them be in the audience and we ask the questions from the stage. But y'all understand we are a political organization. Cornell Dantzler's campaign is managed by one of our members. And so that is how politics works, right? People like, how you get a solo dolo? And it's a real debate. Well, two things. He did advertise, right? Some of y'all be like, how come I don't get no? Well, damn. And then he is also managed by our very own Felicia Stovall. I think I saw Tom Watson in the building too. Some of the people, the original What's in It for the Black People members in the building. Shout out to Andre Smith, Sister Erica. I see Harold E.K. Williams. He probably breathing down my neck talking about Vitra's Boyce, who will be here tomorrow if I'm correct. Because we're going to be taking this bad boy to the west side. West side? Yeah. Y'all know y'all be hating. But can I just tell y'all something? Has anybody noticed that the mayor only goes out west right now? Like, she stopped by out south. I think she probably gave Willie Wilson is now the governor. He the governor of the south side for the mayor. Right? Because, he can go all over the place. Only Willie Preston could get up and call up here and talk the way he got to. Because, I feel like he talking greasy almost on the Mace Jackson Show. But, he abusing his family privileges. Look, man, I could do this. He be like, hold my beat. I hear him talking about you. I'm going to come on the Mace Jackson Show. I know Mace ain't going to hang up on me. He going to let me. Because, look, y'all got people thinking I'm endorsing the mayor because I let Willie Preston come on.
It just be funny sometimes too, though. Just
I mean, he goes so hard.
That's why
He be so hard. And I'm gonna tell you, I be seeing him sneak dissing in his post too. He be like, "It's media personalities out here talking about the man." I be like, "Really, dog? See, it's all right though. It's all right. It's almost over, and we one big family. So once this thing is over, we all got to remember who our family members are. So look, everybody gets a fair chance. I don't care who you supporting, but I'm not gonna tell you like, didn't Willie Mayer say, "Don't vote if you ain't voting for me"? That's pretty deep, man. That's a pretty deep statement to make to black people who grandmamas. Didn't she have a civil rights commercial talking about her mama was down in the down south, deep down south? Then she gonna say black people don't vote? That's okay. Then how about this? The mayor going so hard. She said, "I don't even care no more." She said, vote early and vote often. That's like the epitome of the machine. You know what vote early means? Go to the polling place early, right? Then come back a little later, vote again. Then go back and vote again. And it's just like, I'd be like, where are you getting your advice from in this space? But it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be interesting to see how this thing works out. Let me see what else I got on that. All right. Have you made your decision on who you're going to vote for? Riis, you don't get no vote. But I'm curious, to the studio audience, to the live studio audience, by a round of applause, have you early voted? Yes. If you early voted, make some noise. Damn, black people ain't even early vote. All right. If you know who you're voting for mayor, make some noise. If you still have a decision to make some noise. All right. So there's still undecided voters out there. Now, Riis, I was just thinking about a couple things, and then I'm going to move on to something else. Election implications. So I want y'all to think about the implications of your vote this time. We are going to be choosing between old Chicago and new Chicago. When I say old Chicago, will it be the traditional Chicago politics that we kind of grew up with, you know, where they did take the signs and nobody said, "Nobody's taking my time." Right? Where it was rough and tumble, mix it up, punch you in the mouth politics? Or will it be, will we go back, will we be in this newfangled, you know, progressive kind of politics? Can I tell you, I believe that the city has moved all the way to the left. And the people that was once on the left, who were the progressives, now find themselves as the old white guys. You tell me, look at Chuy Garcia. 2 years ago, Chuy Garcia was the Bernie Sanders man, and everybody was like, he is progressive, and now they playing him like he is a machine Democrat. So I think we're going to see that consequence depending on who is the mayor and who is the city council, because I think one of the other things that we are watching is there is a battle for city council. I'll tell you that what we are going to be leaving is the strong mayor, weak council system. I think this election will determine if the mayor is the bully, or will the city council organize itself. So that's another thing that we're looking at. Also, an election consequence here is the outcome of the Black and Brown coalition. I think if we all look at this thing right now, we are very clear over the course of time that there's two versions of the Black and Brown coalition. There's the Black and Brown coalition that Chuy's team wants to implement, which is the black people subservient to the brown people coalition, right? Where they like, it's our turn now. That's the Chuy Southwest Side Irish. That is why Madigan and Burke and all of them have been investing in J.B. Pritzker. That's the Chuy. That's that one side. But then there is the other side of the Black and Brown coalition, which is the Brandon Johnson version, where the black dudes is running around with the Latino women. Oh, sorry. Sorry, because you know that we going to get a letter. I'm just telling you, though. Like I'm saying, you see Brandon Johnson, all the Latina exes be with Brandon. And that's part of what's making the South, the old Latino, the Hispanics mad. Because they, like I told you, they like, what you doing over there with the what they call them? The Mayetes? No, I'm just saying. Remember when we was looking at Twitter 2 weeks ago and they was like, Delia Ramirez, she shouldn't be up. Remember we ran up on old boy down in Springfield too? We ran up on him and he was like, it's just politics. No, it wasn't just no politics. You was on something. We seen colors. We did. What's the matter, Danny? Look at me. Look at me, Danny. Because they don't like seeing the brothers with the, you know what I'm saying? It's like the old school Angie Martinez days. They wasn't feeling that. They wasn't feeling it. And so they real racism came out. So now you got the Brandon Johnson Black and Brown Coalition. I might roll with the Brandon Johnson Black and Brown Coalition because the black men still be in power. But you know that the Aztecs ain't rolling with that. So that's that. Let's see what other consequences from this election I think we see. The influence of CTU. Let me just tell y'all what happens if they don't win this race and they spent them people's dues. Oh no, hold on. If y'all, let me tell you what. Brandon Johnson has to win or they cooking them black people at CTU. You done spent these white people money in advance. They ain't with it. The white people already feeling a certain way. And what's so crazy is if you look at, so there was a big story in the paper and they're saying it's a fight brewing in CTU because the white folks are upset that Stacey and them spending all the money for Brandon. They like, hold on. You mean to tell me you spent our money on that cotton picking Negro? Now if he win, I saw a meme like that too, right? Where it's like, people just be close to you just in case you do win. So they ain't talking too jazzy right now because he's surging. But let me just tell you, fam, if that man don't win, oh yeah, they finna go. And then the white guys in CTU is calling the white people out in CTU. He like, so Jackson Potter is on, man, this Twitter stuff, I'm gonna have to start watching Twitter because they be going at it. So the white boss at CTU says that's just the white people who are mad that we're supporting a black man. It's crazy to see me watching white people fight over black people to be like, yeah. So we got to watch that. Those are all the big things that I could see. Oh, and the migrant-immigrant issue. Y'all see we've been asking this question because all these people we've been asking these questions about the migrants, wait till it come around. They're going to be like, I don't care. Remember we got you on tape. So we're going to ask that question one more again because the reality is, y'all, you are voting for black demise if you are pushing that issue. You can say it or you don't want to say it. Chewy and them showed y'all what they was on in the remap. Then they tried to come back. Now they got traitors to their squad, which is why they upset with the, man, y'all got to watch this Twitter stuff. And I just be doing, what's the popcorn meme? I got the Michael Jackson popcorn meme. I be like, y'all, did y'all see they put Brandon Johnson, they used his radio show against him? I was like, I don't feel so bad now. They was like that because he said it's not a slogan for him. He said defunding the police is not a slogan for him. It is an actual goal. The mayor trying to throw bombs. The mayor stopped talking about herself on all her commercials. She just be like, he sucks, you suck, you a sellout. I be like, and then she done called Chewy Garcia a sellout. Who he sell out? The black people who run around here talk about some black and brown coalition with Harold Washington. You know me. I was with Harold Washington. And we don't know you. Half the people don't even know Harold Washington. Talking about some you know me. Really what he did was he tried to pull that Pat Quinn Save the Day commercial. I think every election cycle since Pat Quinn saved himself with that, you know me. Every year. So now how you gonna say you know me and your son was in the game? Like I lost my son to the game. No, you did not almost lose him. He was losing other people.
Streets took him. I told you, man.
The streets took him to the gun shop.
And they misled him. So that's why he know firsthand. He's lived with it, dealt with, living with criminals, and
I still feel like he got pump faked. They made him tell on himself.
Got to.
They made him tell on himself. They was like, yeah, we got this gun record. He was like, cut a commercial. Look, you know me.
Had the ad ready for
it. Right, look. And then it was like, psych.
Commercial.
Now we out here talking about your gun-toting son.
Gun-toting son.
Who now got a job at a restaurant, right? I'm like.
Changed his life around. Look at that. He changed his life around. He didn't change his life. That's why he said he almost lost it. You know
Riis,
him.
He just had the case like a year ago.
Okay, you know him. You know him.
I do. I've been over. Hey man, you been on 26th Street?
Yeah.
Okay. But y'all want to act like them ain't the same people that was getting the financing to come whoop on your grandma. But that's okay. It's okay. That's why I'm quitting the show. That's why I'm quitting. Cause see, I tell y'all stuff. Then Brandon gonna go get the endorsement of Anjanette Young. I think we might have made Anjanette Young too important. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so much so that they around here getting Anjanette Young endorsements. What, is she political?
I mean,
I'm telling you though, she know when I play that commercial.
Got a spot on the Maze Jackson show.
And check this out. A spot on the Maze Jackson show and wouldn't even come on the show. Wouldn't even. So this is another reason I'm leaving.
I mean,
nobody wants to see their trauma again.
Yeah, you want her to come in, relive
Riis.
the situation and talk about it that she probably already talked about it 1,000
She went to Channel
times.
2. She went to Channel 5. She went to Channel 7. She went to Channel 3. I'm just saying, so like, cause this stepchild though, this is side piece, right? Cause now, like, the reason you're like, if left to black people, yep. If we ain't played this commercial, y'all would have never said nothing about Anjanette Young again. Y'all said the woman got her money.
She did.
Now she making political endorsements. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I know people didn't like the commercial, but it kept the issue from disappearing. And now she got an endorsement deal. It's okay. The Maze Jackson Show. How I be doing? That's all right. Y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone, though. Somebody gonna be calling me, talk about some Maze. Maze, you know what happened? I'm gonna be like, you better call Tyrone. Caller, it's the way we got calls, people on the live line. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. DJ Riis the Ruler. Who we got on the live line? What's up, caller?
Reggie.
Maze, it's on me?
It's on you, caller. Who this is? Richard?
Hey, look. No, this is Reggie.
Reggie!
Hey,
wait, Reggie. Now, you know when you say Reggie,
yeah,
that triggers a whole thing. My cousin running around here talking about he ain't even think they still had Reggie around here. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Maze, I messed with you. I was going to say another word, FK, but I'm not. I messed with you, and I'm going to say this. I'm looking at the current person running for 21st Ward. I had one question for him. Where were you when Kerry Austin was around and why you didn't run? And I have no beef with him. I'm a friend of the park of Farnwood Park, and I love to see people trying to do something better for us. But yet and still, why everybody jumping up trying to run now when they had a chance to run when Kerry was there, but nobody had the courage to run then. Now, all of a sudden, they want to run. So I admire him because he's a fireman, and he wants to save the world. That's on him. But yet and still, where were you at then? And second thing I want to say to you, I had no intentions of talking to him. I had my intention of talking to you. I want to say, Maze, you are amazing to me because you doing something that I gave up on doing. I gave up on saving people. I don't want to save people no more. I want to save me and my family and make my bank roll hard because people don't honor respect. They don't honor being saved. So, Maze, I'll call to say thank you to you. And as far as all the people that riding off your coattail, trying to bring them into power, I say shame on you, and you're going to have to come back in this neighborhood. And guess what? You're going to bump into the same one of us And nobody's talking about Mosley line. Nobody's talking about nothing. But guess what? I don't even care about politics anymore. I care about saving the people. So, Mr. Danzler, if you truly want to save the people, speak against all the evil you've seen amongst the people.
Dang. All right, that was deep. Dang, that we... Mr. Dang, I didn't know we was taking... Look at you, Riis. We got calls on the line. All right, so hold on. Let me back up. So we're clear, caller. He's running in the 21st Ward. That would have been Alderman Brookins, just for the record. Right? So, and he not here. I should have had pictures. We could have put a picture in the chair and be like, Mr. Dancer, do you have something to say? No, man. So thank you for your call, caller. We appreciate you, and I do appreciate the love. I would say this, man. In politics, you know, you got to look at the opportunity, right? The reality is, if you think about during Carrie Austin's time, she was the chairman of the budget committee. She was the second ranking highest. They were going to spend millions of dollars. Right now, this is a unique opportunity for everybody to get in. So I wouldn't criticize anybody for that. I think when you ask, you said you worked with him at Fernwood Park. That's where he was. When you say he was doing his mentoring program, that's where it was. I think we always find ways to discount. I don't have a horse in the race, but I would say let's not minimize the work that people are doing, and that's why you have a voice and an option. But I do appreciate you calling, and thank you, Reggie. Don't bring no Reggie around my cousin because he's going to have a problem. Riis, we got somebody on the line. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. What up? How you feeling this morning? Who you is and where you calling from?
Good morning, my son.
Hey, Sister Zakia. Sister Zakia, now you mean to tell if you don't show up here tomorrow or Saturday, I think I might feel a certain kind of way, because I know you be out here getting it in with all the young people, and you got that young spirit, and you better showing up here one of these days. Don't make me act up. How you doing this morning, Sister Zakia?
Well, I'm doing fine down here on the low end in Bronzeville down here on 35th Street. We looking good down here, and I'm definitely going to try to get there for my daughter tomorrow, Beatrice. West Side, okay?
West Side?
So, that's right. So, let me say this in all fairness. I made a suggestion on the comment line. Since Alderwoman Jeanette was sick, according to what Andre said, Alderman Taylor was sick. Right, Andre? Did you say that? I heard you on the TuneIn app.
He said that. See, I told you she on the TuneIn app. Go ahead, Sister Zakia.
Oh, yeah. I had a lot of dishes to wash and stuff this morning, so I couldn't be sitting down commenting.
What you cooked last night that you was making? What did you cook last night that you had so many dishes?
I had leftovers.
Okay.
So I had to get rid of the pots and stuff. But listen, seriously, since Alderwoman Jeanette Taylor could not make it, I heard Andre say she's sick. In all fairness, can't you give her another day so she can give her side of the story? Now, I got a special love for that sister because, you know, she come out of the community. And we fought on some fronts together, okay? Serious fronts together, and she's a sister. And she's another one of my daughters, just like Beatrice Ford, okay? So I'm saying in all fairness, give her a day to come and talk to us like Andre did.
Hold on now, Sister Zakia. There was 3 spots up here. We done squeezed 7 people on this stage to make sure everybody got a fair chance. The only people who don't come here are the people who don't want to come here. Sister Zakia, I'm in the 20th Ward right now. Probably going to get shut down now. But, Sister Zakia, I'm here. And it's like I gave everybody a fair chance. We had 7 people. She called me and said she want to come on, though.
But she's sick.
She's sick.
Andre said it.
Somebody said so she could have zoomed in. But Sister Zakia, you know what? You so special to me. I had to put that I got to put that in the special computer and think about it.
Please do, because that's being fair. You're an Aquarius, and you know you're number one opponent of being fair. You are all for being fair, and I know this. So come on now. Come on.
Well, Sister Zakia, you better call in and tell her, because I opened up the doors to the church, and she closed them down. But I got to pray. I got to pray on that. Let me pray on it and I'll talk to you later. I might have to go read a page out the Quran if I'm going to do that to go back. So, Sister Zakia,
Okay,
let me think about it a little bit, okay?
Yes, sir.
Love you. Thank you for calling. Anybody else on the live line? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, who you is, where you calling from?
Hey, Maze, it's Ricky.
MC Ricky D. Ricky Hendon. What's going on, Ricky?
Well, I didn't call to promote Willie or none of my clients today. I've called to thank black people and let people know that the black vote is up. I sent some numbers to a couple of people. I was supposed to send them to you. I ain't sure if I did or
You
not.
did, man.
I'm
You did.
struggling too.
You all right, man? You out there. They got you out there working hard.
Well, I'm a mule. I'll just put it like that. And I got to go till I fall. But anyway, black voting is up. We want to let people know that so they can feel encouraged. And all the wards, pretty much, black voting is up. I mean, we was at 10%, so wasn't no place to go but up. But it is up. And I think that's good for our people long term, that black voters are now back engaged. So just wanted to put that out there. We got 6 more days, early voting, and then election day. We got some black wards that's comparable to the big white wards. And the Latino vote is flat. So last time black voting was 10%, Latinos was 11%. White people came out at about 22%. All the projections are that black folks are going to jump back up into that, I'll say, mid to high 18, 19% range, and that's double what we did before. So I'm just proud of my people. This probably will be my last election. Like, this probably don't really be your last show. Some people don't believe you when you say, but I understand. Sometimes you got to do something else, and I'm about to do something else. God bless you on whatever else you decide to do, Nate. And I understand. But I did want to put that positive out there, even though my voice may not sound it. I'm really happy, truly, that our people are voting. I wanted to just put that out there. Go out and vote, y'all. And it was Lori. You kind of misspoke. You were talking about Willie Preston. But it was Lori Lightfoot who said, don't vote for us, stay at home. I ain't for that. If you don't vote for Willie, vote for somebody. Don't stay at home. All right, my friend?
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. You know it's important for us to get up into that top 5. Is that it, Riis? We got any other calls? That's it? All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. That was MC Ricky D. He did not call in and give a Willie Wilson commercial, but that's okay because we got plenty running on the show. So I just want to take a few minutes before I get out of here. You know, I always wonder why people act up and act out at work, right? Like, or curse you out. You know, you ever seen somebody that be at the job? Me, I'm a quiet dude. When I'm not happy, I just be quiet. But I always wonder about the people that will curse you out at the store. That will curse you out. You go to the McDonald's and they feel like they was disrespected, and they curse you out, and they be like, you and your mama and your whole granddaddy stank and everything else. They done snapped on all your generations. And I often wonder, why do people do that? And then this week happened. And it got me to thinking about professionalism over petty. You know, this week I have hosted all of these forums, or these candidate debates in my own space, right? In a space that I created as a sanctuary for Black thought. And I got to tell you, I was put to the test a few times this week. And I truly understand why people get cursed out. Because I think that people will they will use socially awkward situations, as I've talked about before, to test you. We saw it in a variety of instances this week, some of which I responded to properly, and some I was just like, oh, hell no, it's just not happening regardless. And it got me to thinking about not wanting to be, you know how you don't want people to mistake your kindness for weakness? You've heard that? This week was a test of that on a variety of different occasions. One of them, I lost it. Probably lost it only because it wasn't me, it was my family. Like, I can take all the hits. You can call me you can call me bald-headed. You can't talk about my mama. But you could pretty much say whatever to me. I might hold a grudge. But if you attack my family, if you come for my family, I'm sorry. I'm just not going to accept it, much less in my house, in a space that I created to be safe. So I'm not going to apologize for George Blakemore and the incident. Because again, as a man, it is my responsibility to protect my family. Because my wife is a public official, people often take cracks at her because they won't take the cracks at me. Because I'm not defenseless. So, for those of y'all that shared the incident, that passed it on, that was like, whoa. I want you to have the same regard when you listening to me do this show, and you know I'm putting it on the line, that you recognize that I put it all out here. So when someone is willing to take shots at my family, don't make excuses for the people that's taking shots at my family. Don't hold me back when somebody is attacking me. Y'all handle the business and y'all get y'all man in order. But it's like we want to forgive and we want to excuse socially awkward situations, and we entertain BS, and then you wonder why it ain't nobody that's willing to stand up and fight. Because y'all going to sit around and watch somebody come up here and act like they don't know what's going on and then play crazy. And then, so I just wanted to be clear. Don't mess with my family. Right? Say whatever you want to say about me. But if you say something and I recognize my family is in the public space. So you can say what you want to say, but you got to say it in a way that's respectful. And if you don't, please don't come in my space acting like it's all good. So that's the first one. But at the other one, yesterday a lot of people was texting me, they was inboxing me, they was saying, man, why you let such and such come on the show? Why you let such and such, y'all think I don't know when people spend 10, 15, 20 hours talking crazy? Like, there was people here was like, man, you should have. I'm true to my desire to make sure that black folks have an opportunity and a platform. And this week, that was put to the test. But I wanted to be clear that my professionalism, don't mistake my professionalism or my desire to be professional or my love for black people and wanting them to have access to information, regardless of how I feel about you. Don't take that as weakness. Accept that as my love for my community. But for everybody that came up in here that utilized the platform this week, that when they have other platforms, utilize their platform to MF me, I know it. I know what it was. I know who you are. You wasn't slick. You didn't outsmart anybody. my love for black folks and the black community and black people out-trumped my petty this week. So, I know all y'all people sending me quotes, sending me screenshots, talking about, remember when such and such said this, remember when people did this. Trust me, I remember it all. I see it all. I remember all the people who was piling on when it was easy, when it was sexy to pile on. I remember all the people who took advantage of my demise, and now as they find themselves in a position to run for alderman or mayor, it's the whole premise of you see the people. Be careful of the people you diss on the way down, on the way up, because you're going to see them on the way down. But I don't want anybody in the world, in the universe, anybody who was on the show, who was watching the show, to mistake my professionalism for weakness. Understand that I can put my petty to the side in the best benefit, for the best benefit of black people. That's legit. That's real. That's true. So you didn't outsmart nobody. And that's Riis why I think when I was talking about why people get cursed out at work. Because oftentimes you want people to know that I ain't no chump. That I ain't no punk. And so yesterday and a couple other days, there could have been people sitting up here, and y'all know I can do the petty. But in the benefit of our listening audience, I tried to provide a platform. For the candidates that didn't show up today, Dre brought his own petty. But I want to be clear that the platform was made available to everybody. And if you watched everybody, people talk about, man, Maze, you was so professional. This was a class act. This was put together well. It's because, in spite of all of it, I really do want the best for black people. We don't always get along with, I don't necessarily have to get along with you to be able to make sure that we can work together in the benefit of our people. So I wanted to curse people out. I wanted to cut mics. I wanted to say all type of stuff. I wanted to interject. I wanted to say, remember that time you said, because trust me, all y'all inboxed me and told me when it happened, and then ripped the scab off and did it all over again. But just understand that what's in it for the black people media, what's in it for the black people first, that's really what we are. That's really what we are. And so please, please, please do not mistake my professionalism for weakness. You didn't get away. Nobody got away with nothing. Nobody forgot. We got bigger issues. We got, what do they say, is bigger fish to fry. So I want to remind you all tomorrow, David Moore will be celebrating his birthday here at Obsidian. You all have been having an opportunity to come in and see on the inside. You missing all the other stuff. It's a lot of good stuff up in here. I want to encourage you to join. But tomorrow, it's an opportunity for you to see what's going on. Come celebrate Alderman David Moore's birthday party with us tomorrow from 6 to 9. Everybody is welcome. Now you got to pay your you got to make a donation to support him. But you know, Alderman Moore is one of the first people that will ask what's in it for the black people and will push. So let's normalize supporting the elected officials that support us. All right, y'all. This has been the Maze Jackson Show. Let me ask my studio audience that's left. Y'all have a good time? If y'all had a good time, make some noise. Don't let me look crazy. All right, y'all. So that is the studio audience. Hey, I want to thank my whole squad for putting this together. Shout out to Regina Gibson for making it happen. Thank you. Look, y'all, this is not a one-man show. This is not just Maze. This whole thing took a whole bunch of people to put together. I'm just happy to be one of the messengers. So look, for Maze, for Riis, for everybody in studio, for the candidates that came by, for the candidates that didn't, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here.
Peace. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Lenders give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight.